Hello, hello. Hi. Look, he's
Hey,
actually here. He
I'm
admitted
free.
he's free from the TV. Hi, V.
Yes.
I figured out how to
Hey,
do this.
V.
I'll share this with you too later of what I found out how to do this. It's nuts.
It feels good to be free, you
Yep.
know?
We can do this for like Stardew Valley streams now too, or any other streams in the future. I just love seeing the mouse going across the.
Oh yeah, that's right. I was like, oh, I'm gonna do something nifty and look around, but nope, my mouse is there too.
Yeah, we haven't figured out that far.
Typical cat.
Because this
Just
mouse,
yeah.
can't have a cat without a mouse. But yes, we are here. I hope everything sounds okay. So, what is on the itinerary? What did you want to speak about?
So I have oh like 120 playlists of music over the years. Um, because I really like music. Really, I adore it, and I think everybody does. So I want to talk about music. This is the DMCA
DMCA stream?
stream. This is the stream where we get star banned. Let's go.
No.
Speed run. Put the timer up. Uh, no,
I
we're just gonna
also
be talking.
I love how I also get a message from my mom just now coming in right as we start that I have a doctor appointment tomorrow.
No.
No wait, I misread that. That's actually on Thursday. So it's not tomorrow. It's the day
Oh.
after tomorrow. So
Okay.
okay. That would have been really funny though. If she's just like, oh yeah, by the way, appointment tomorrow, and I'm like, thanks, letting me know the night before, because she's done that many times. Uh,
Oh.
but yes, the DMCA stream. Totally. Totally.
hmm
I actually don't know too much about that. But since it's your music, I don't have to worry about that.
Yeah. No. So I did bring some music that I made
Yes.
that you shouldn't get DMCA'd for. So that I could share, but definitely don't want to like. I just threw a bunch of things in a folder. There's a lot. We should not listen to all of them. Just
We'll
throwing
only
that
listen
out
to
there.
what you want to listen to.
Okay. But we can do that later. Right now, I want to talk about. I want to talk music. I want to talk shop. Um, for me, uh, let's start top down genres. We're gonna start genres, and then we'll get down into it a little bit. Um, but I've always been drawn to. Uh,
The Discord
wait.
is shush, shush. Someone was messaging me, and I'm like, God damn it!
Yes.
It was a bunch of messages too.
I wonder who composed that. Who-
You know they actually made the Discord sound into like an actual song, right?
really?
Yeah, they have. Hold on, let me just look it up so I can just send it to you. No, not. Okay, it's the Ping. It's called Ping.
Mm. Perfect.
Yep. It's actually kind of good. I kind of like it. It's a little kind of dubstepy, but I like it.
It
The vibe.
slaps.
It does. There you go.
Awesome. All right, I will jam onto this. Um, so for me, genre-wise, when I was young, I was way into uh techno, you know? I was
Really?
way into like, yeah, I know. It's surprising. You wouldn't expect it. Uh
I also hear lo-fi music from the stream. Yeah, as
Lo-fi. I mean,
usual.
yeah. Generally, for me, I do enjoy some lo-fi, but I mean, I think it's hard not to enjoy lo-fi music. It's like it's just
It
chill.
is a vibe, and I totally
Yeah.
don't actually have lo-fi like music coming right now. Like, hold on. I did- no copyright music, cafe music to chill out to. Yep.
Mm,
I have to move my entire self to read that, yes.
yeah. But I was like, I mean, Daft Punk, Discovery. I was big into that back in the day. I think everybody was.
Mm.
Unless you just don't like, absolutely do not like electronic music. Um, a little bit of hip hop. Honestly, mostly influenced by my brother. My brother was way into hip hop. I got into some hip hop, but not nearly as much as my brother. And then I listened to a bunch of like video game music because
Mm.
that's what you do when you play video games and watch anime. You have a bunch of anime music and video game music on your playlist.
Yep. Like it would be criminal for me as a Splatoon fan to not have Splatoon music on my playlist. Except I don't think they
Yeah.
have those on Spotify, so I'd stick to YouTube.
Yeah.
They have remixes, but not the actual songs.
Do you like what? I mean, Splatoon music is kind of its own genre.
At this point, like even me and my brother, mostly my brother, who told me to say this live in some radio show I did such a long time ago. They call it Squid Pop.
Squid Pop, yeah.
Squid Pop. But yeah, no. It's kinda like its own music. If anything, they don't really have one genre. They go to like multiple genres,
Mm,
mostly alternative like music. Like alternative rock and other such.
yeah.
Alternative jazz, I feel. They probably have actual proper names, but they go for variety there. To the like extreme degree.
What do you find yourself listening to other than Splatoon music?
I mean, it's not like I listen to that day and night. I used to, but not anymore. Like I was there for Splatoon 2, so I kind of listened to music from Splatoon 2. But like afterwards I didn't really listen to like the Splatoon 3 music. Don't get me wrong, I love some of the music, but not all the songs like I did for Splatoon 2. It's
Mm,
missing some of that snappy feel to it because a lot of the music in Splatoon 2 was very snappy to the point. While for 3, it's a little bit like more chaotic and a little bit more calm. Like not as snappy as before. Which you think they would be, but it isn't. They even did a remix of one of the songs, Color Pulse, from Splatoon 2 to Splatoon 3, and it sounds a little bit more mellowed out than the first one. To the point that people even actually kind of hate it.
huh.
Complaining on Twitter and such. And I'm like, I liked it. It's a different direction, but yeah, it is missing some of that feel to it.
Gotcha. So it's just generally kind of the tracks are a bit more mellow.
A little bit. They're certainly going out and exploring other genres for sure. But for music I generally listen to, um kind of like still alternative rock and rap and such,
Mm,
hip hop. Like I kind of listen to all forms of music. It just depends how I'm feeling that day.
yeah.
Like I think the last song I literally listened to today was Left for Dead Lullaby by More Calliope.
Mm.
Cause she makes so much of her own music. I love it.
Yeah. I find myself kind of having a broad spectrum of genres that I kind of jump between depending on feelings. Just depending, like, so my Splatoon is the Jet Set Radio soundtrack.
Oh my god, I remember on like airplane or car rides, I just listened to like the Jet Set Radio music. I love it
It's
so
good.
much.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
is.
It's forever ingrained in my head. That soundtrack.
I think my favorite song is Aisle 10, I believe, because it's just kind of chill
I'll
and
tell you, yeah.
mellow. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's Jet Set Radio Future. The thing about Jet
Mm-hmm.
Set Radio Future, it's never gotten a port or anything like that because it came out on the Xbox, and I really wish it did. So
Mm.
more people could play it, but you know. There's Bomb Rush Cyberpunk. That's basically Jet Set Radio Future.
Mm.
Basically. Um yeah, and yeah, I've got my of course, high school. I was listening to like Radiohead because they were popping off, and I was like, I vibe with this. But like, that's let's see, Gorillas, of course,
Of course.
of
You
course.
have to have gorillas.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those bands that it's hard not to like. They just, yeah,
Mm.
it's just good. It's just good music. I don't know. I have like tracks from the Ico sound. I have a playlist called Unashamed Nostalgia.
Unashamed
It's
nostalgia.
just everything that sparks any amount of nostalgia in my head. Uh, Even like down to like specific Flash games that I used to play as a kid. Just like music from there's this website called Original. I brought it up in RP, I think, when we were talking about Flash games.
I think so.
Yeah, those little Flash games were real neat. Um, they had a really mellow vibe. They were mostly like piano music, like orchestral stuff here and there.
Mm.
Um, which I've got some of that stuff on here as well. Um, but I think one of the bigger inspirations for me would have to be Nujabes or Nujabes. Do you know Nujabes?
No, unfortunately not.
Uh, Nujabes, I've heard it pronounced both of those ways. So I'm like, in my mind, I'm like flipping between them. But he kind of like started the lo-fi trend, even though I think a lot of his music isn't representative of what we would call lo-fi today. He definitely has some, but if you've ever seen Samurai Champloo, have you ever seen that anime?
No, but it's on my list.
It's a good one. It's a good one.
Mm.
It's a very laid back anime. Um, the way they kind of like set it up as this like, hey, this is just fiction. Like this isn't supposed to be historically accurate. It's like you've got like hip hop samurai and
Hmm. Yeah, that's kind of the
it's
vibes
fun.
I
But
get from it, especially with some of the lo-fi music I have listened to before in the past. A lot of like, Samurai Champloo came up
yeah,
typically.
yeah. Nujabes is on that soundtrack. Nujabes and Fat John did that whole soundtrack. So yeah, definitely.
Mm.
I feel like that anime itself kind of sprung the whole lo-fi thing. I don't know. But yeah, lo-fi is good.
Kind of reminds me
listen to
of
lo-fi
like
work.
Cowboy Bebop with jazz, you know?
Yeah. I think that's what the director was going for, because it's the same director as Cowboy Bebop. So I think from Cowboy Bebop, he had this kind of idea of like, well, let's just base it around music, which is kind of a cool idea. Though I think that it's a completely different vibe than Cowboy Bebop. Cowboy Bebop is very like dour and dramatic, which I love. Don't get me wrong. But yeah, definitely different vibes for those. And yeah, you're saying you've seen Cowboy Bebop?
Yeah, I have. When I was kind of little.
Mm,
Brother showed it to me. One of my first animes I've watched, I think, funnily enough.
mm.
Right next to Full Metal Alchemist.
Damn, I don't know if we probably talked about this already. I still haven't seen Full Metal Alchemist. I've seen like a few
Yeah.
episodes here and there, and I've loved what I've seen. But it's just one of those things. I need to just commit myself to like, you know what? Every day I'm gonna watch something. Because there's so much. I have a whole list of things where I'm like, I would probably like this, but I'm tired. Sleep.
Hmm.
I have the first intro to Bleach. That song. It's a good
remember when
song, man.
I remember starting Bleach, but I never finished it, funnily enough.
It's not worth finishing. I'm
I know.
just gonna throw that
I
opinion out there.
know.
All right.
My brother is like, okay, we're gonna watch the beginning of it, but the rest of it ain't it. So we're just
Accurate.
gonna keep to the beginning and never look back. And I'm like, okay.
That first intro fucking slaps. It was so good that it almost gave me an idea of an anime that was completely different than what it ended up being. Because they showed stuff in the intro, in the first Bleach intro, that like never showed up in the show in that form. Like he fucking Ichigo is like cutting down samurai in like a very traditional looking scene. It's like, yeah, he does technically fight like other people that are kind of dressed like samurai, but it's not like that. It was definitely a kind of thing where they were like, well, this would look real fucking cool, and it did. So kudos to that.
That just makes me think of Evangelion in a nutshell. Of like, everyone's like the psychology of everything of this and the other. Meanwhile, the creators just like, I just thought it looked cool.
Yeah.
The whole cross in the back with the person on it. I just thought it looked cool. No other reason.
I mean, the rule of cool is, I mean, it's, you shouldn't ignore it. You know, you should, if you think something looks cool, you should do it because it makes you happy.
For sure.
You know, in like writing stories, you can get bogged down into like, what is the right way to say this, or what's the right way to show this, or the right way to do that, and whatever. But ultimately, if the right way doesn't like feel interesting or good to you as the person making it, don't do it. Who cares? If people are gonna complain, let them.
Yeah. As long as the story doesn't have too many inconsistencies and people just end up hating it as a whole.
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, you are still writing a story. But for what goes into that story, I think every idea has like specific things that appeal to you personally, like little things here and there. And you don't like when you start, like when you have an idea, you don't necessarily know all of what those things are, you
Mm.
know? Because it's like your mind, you're trying to form this story, you're trying to like lay it out, you know, you're trying to make an outline, you're trying to like figure out like, you know, a synopsis, the characters, whatever. But there is a key part, a very basic key part of what you're making that is the reason you're making it, or one of the main reasons you're making it. Like a
Mm.
feeling or a specific scene. I've had a lot of ideas where I just thought of like a specific mood or a specific interaction, and like not consciously built a story around it, but just pretty much like actually built a story around it. Because it's like,
Mm.
I don't know, sometimes the mood just strikes you and you're like, no, I need to express this. This needs to exist. Um, but yeah, if it isn't interesting to you anymore, you're not gonna make it. So keep it interesting for yourself.
Mm.
That should supersede all doubts. I have one song from the Pillows.
Ooh.
FLCL. Have you seen FLCL?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Absolutely love it. I have it on like alarm on my phone when I wake up. I forget which song because it's been so long now, but it's just one of their songs.
It
Full blast in the morning, just to
it
wake
it,
me.
it might be the same. What? Hold on. What? Okay, so I have one song on this playlist. It's from FLCL. How many of the songs do you remember?
It's too late. I kind of already brought it up. I think I would just put like most of the songs from FLCL.
Hmm.
Like the first song I see is Last Dinosaur, full on cool version.
The song on my playlist uh
Mm.
is I Think I Can.
That's the second one.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
the second one on my playlist. Sleepyhead, Little Busters, Ride on Shooting Star, Third Eye,
Yeah. Ride on
Carnival,
Shooting
Come
Star
Down,
is
Crazy
classic. Classic.
Sunshine.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I just like the energy, and I think I can.
Mm.
Very it's a very like it's a simple song, but it just hits right, you know? I don't
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I put that on when I'm like I need to fucking push myself.
Mm.
It gets me pumped up.
I didn't think of the song that I listen to that kind of reminds me of like Peyton. You know, like the songs remind you of characters.
Mm-hmm. I do have some Mittens playlists in here.
I need to go to the pillows because I don't remember what song it's called. I also just love the name, The Pillows.
Yeah.
Like it's one specific song from FLC Progressive, like the new stuff,
Oh, I
but
see. I still haven't seen that.
I haven't seen it too. It's called Thank You My Twilight. That's a song that
Hmm.
reminds me of kind of like Peyton if you've listened to that yet.
I have not. I'll have to listen to that.
It gives you like a nostalgic feeling for something you've never felt. I believe
Hmm.
something like that is called hold on. Anemoia. A N Emoia.
I've seen that before. I don't know how to pronounce it.
Me neither, but that definition is having a nostalgic feeling for something you've never experienced.
Mm.
And that's what that song makes me feel. There's also a song also called Anemone, which is by Oliver Buckland. I love the stuff that he makes. He kind of like good music to space out to.
Hmm.
I'll say that.
Okay, I can dig that. You know.
Yeah.
I also have there's some songs from the Welcome to the NHK soundtrack.
Mm.
That is one of my favorite anime. It's kind of like it was one of those anime that at the time I was like, this is hitting, you know, like this is I'm vibing with this. It just like came into my life in the right time. Have there's like that. I don't know if you know Peter, Bjorn, and John.
I don't.
They had like a hit single for like a little bit, but their first album is I don't know, it's a vibe. Like it's just really nostalgic. My brother had it and I would also listen to it and I'd be like, this is good. I like this. So I have it. I don't know. This is good stuff. It's very how would I classify? I'm terrible at classifying musical genres. I'm like, it has a guitar in it.
I feel
It's
that.
like
That's why I just call it
folksy, I
alternative to make it
guess.
seem like I know what
Yeah.
I'm talking about.
Yeah. Yeah.
Although I looked up for like FLCL that they are literally under the genre name alternative rock. So
Yeah. Yeah. Uh, Losing My Religion by REM. Classic. Like the whole Trigun soundtrack.
oh my gosh, yes.
It's good. It's good soundtrack. Really fit. Boom 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 by the Venga Boys.
I mean, I have the Copacabana by
Yeah.
Barry Manilow. I'm not sure if you heard that song. It was kind of like a meme song for a little bit. But you know, her name is Lola. She was a showgirl, but that was 30
Yeah.
years ago when they used to
Yeah,
have a
I
show.
know that song.
Yeah. Apparently, it's called the Copacabana. You know, the main chorus.
Right.
Yeah. Oh my god, this is other band that I really like. They go by the name of Contrabuzz. I have no idea how to describe their music. It make my brain feel
Contrabuzz.
good though. Yeah. It's like the music that you hear from Starfetchers, that game I tried showing you once, and that I've actually played on stream before.
I have it. I have Starfetchers. It's installed. I haven't played it.
It doesn't take that long. It's just the pilot.
I will check it. I will check it For sure, especially if I start. Wow, my voice is like giving up on me. Especially if I start streaming. You know,
Hmm.
possibly, maybe. I mean, who knows? You know. I have some Sting on here. You ever heard Sting?
Mm-mm.
Uh, Maybe it's just this album. My mom used to play this album like crazy when I was younger. It's called 10 Summoner's Tales by Sting. It's a very like wistful boy album, you know? But it's very nostalgic. And you know, it's good. The Proto Men. Have you ever heard the Proto Men? They're like they do like rock opera music based around like the lore of Mega Man.
Really?
It's actually pretty good. Like they've got some hits. So I have some of them. I definitely had like a phase where I was like, "Whoa, these guys are sick." Now I think it's good music, but you know, I'm not like going crazy.
Mm.
Of course, you know, you gotta have. I have some Linkin Park on here. They were very in, you know. I got some there's a couple of Linkin Park songs that I still find nostalgic. I would like listen as like a youngin at like a LAN party playing like Counter-Strike. Listen to the Linkin Park as you do or did back in the day.
I have Demon Dice and Steve Lacy on my playlist.
Who was that?
I have Demon Dice and Steve Lacy, if you know who they are.
Demon Dice and Steve Lacy.
Yeah.
I do not.
Okay. Demon Dice. Both of them are rappers, but kind of like in their own sphere. And Demon Dice kind of more goes on the anime and internet culture side. Steve Lacy, I don't too much. If anything, it's kind of like I was in the car with one of my friends who was taking me to work because I didn't have a car at the time. So she was taking me to work and she just put on some music. And I really liked it and just looked it up later and started listening to it on my own. And some of the songs were from Steve Lacy.
I'm keeping a list because I want to hear this stuff. I have okay, so MF Doom is on my lists a lot. Aesop Rock.
I have a musician that's literally called In Love with a Ghost. They kind of like produce like lo-fi music also.
Huh.
I'm not gonna lie, I listened to them a lot in like middle school and stuff. But not as much lately.
But yeah, I guess for hip hop, there's like old old Kanye West stuff on here.
I think the only Kanye West song that I've listened to is like American Boy when he also sung with Estelle.
Hmm.
At
Yeah,
least I think that was
I've got
him.
there's stuff from like graduation. That was when my brother was like big into him, so I've got some nostalgic value there. Mostly MF Doom with hip hop stuff. I like lyrical. I mean, I know that sounds kind of dumb talking about hip hop, but like, I like clever, like wordplay and all that crap,
Mm.
because I'm Mittens and I read poetry. Aesop Rock has like really, it's like very. He's kind of like a punk hip hop artist. Just with like what he writes songs about, it's very much like there's an angst to it that is can be appealing. MF Doom is just like he's really goofy and crass, but like his wordplay is crazy, insane.
How about Jack Strawberry's Micro Pop?
Oh yeah, Jack Stauber, yeah.
Yeah, his stuff is amazing.
Oh
I
yeah.
think my favorite song of his is Fighter, funnily enough.
Yeah, I've got on my Nightmare Witch playlist. I've a lot of Jack Stauber stuff.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
There's also Ghost and Pals, if you know who they are.
I don't.
You don't. Well, on YouTube they're just called Ghost. But they kind of like make these like animations. It's kind of on the verge of like well, I wouldn't say ventcore or anything like that, but kind of more on the darker side of things. One of the songs, which is called "Honey, I'm Home," it kind of gives me like a cultish vibe, which I also have that in my Pain playlist.
Ghost and Pals. All right, I'm definitely gonna check this out. Broadcast. Have you ever heard Broadcast? Man, how would I describe this? It's very like dream. Hold on. I'm terrible at describing genres. Psychedelic pop. That makes sense. Okay. I have a lot of Broadcast on my Nightmare Witch playlist. Hauntology. People really call it Hauntology? Okay.
That is a good name. I like that.
Yeah.
I used to listen to a lot of Mix Moon or like MXM Tune. Mix Tune. Kind of like the person that sung Prom Dress, which I think is the most popular song. At least as far as I know. There's also Nina Simone for like one song, which is Sinner Man. That's because like it's the only like long song I know that actually has like lyrics. It's really good. I think that was actually
Hmm.
recommended to me by someone in like a Discord server, funnily enough. I like it.
Uh, yeah. Well, I will. I'm making a list. Um, I love searching for. I love finding new music. Because it's like a whole. You open up a whole new world. Uh,
And then may I strongly recommend
hmm.
Millie. Mili.
Okay.
You don't know who they are already.
I don't.
Okay, their stuff is actually great, and I can actually kind of describe it a bit more.
Hmm.
So basically, it kind of feels like for each song, they're kind of like telling a story type thing. Like
Hmm.
for almost every song, it being different in song, especially with this one song that it's called World Execute Me. There's like two versions. Well, there's if anything, there's a playlist or a new album that they have of like called the Key Ingredient version, where it's all like on piano and it's just like her singing it in a more soft tone voice versus how how they already pre-existed and work. I just I'm already explaining it terribly, but it's kind
Uh,
of nice piano based. There's a lot of pop, I guess you could also say, with there too.
hmm.
String theology
It's kind of.
or theocracy is a common or popular one. What's up?
It's kind of insane. Just how many. It's almost impossible to really categorize because you would think the idea of having like a genre is so that you generally know what a band sounds like, but then like obviously different bands are going to sound different from each other. So to describe them, they just like pile genres on top of each other.
Hmm.
And it's like, well, I have no idea how this band's going to sound unless I just listen. That's just the end of it. It's like you're not really going to know until you listen to them, you know? It's like you can
Mm.
kind of get a general vibe, but it's like at this point you pile on so many genres, you're like, I guess I know what this sounds like. Um, but yeah, I will check them out. Um,
Yeah, she's
because
also responsible of singing a lot of Project Moon stuff, and Project Moon is I guess like a dev team or like a team that makes games more that often than not. It's well, not more often. It's Lobotomy Corporation,
yeah.
Project Moon. There are the people responsible for that. Same with Library Runia, and
Oh,
now Limbus Company. And she
okay.
sings a lot of their songs. So there's a lot of like hidden meanings for what's going on in the games just by listening to her song.
Oh, that's cool.
Especially From a
I
Place
love
to
that.
Love. All the words in there, even though it sounds like, oh, this sounds, so beautiful in terms of like metaphorical. No, it's actually real. Like all the things that they mention of like all these horrible things that are happening and how like blood tastes thicker than water. And that's
Hmm.
because the people in the story of how she's singing it are actually legitimately experiencing that.
I love it.
Hmm.
Little bit of a meta. Um, I guess if you like know the games, you can like parse out.
Hmm.
That's awesome.
Yeah. But again, my favorite song from them is World Execute, parentheses me. Because
Hmm.
like just the versions between both of them, it's like a machine singing about love, how they perceive love, essentially. Trying to execute and find all the different possibilities, be whatever the person wants them to be. And for the first time, like it sounds very robotical, very calculated. but the key ingredient version, it sounds like it's just them and a piano singing their legitimate heart out to you. There's a lot more emotion, a lot more feeling, like they finally actually understand.
Yeah.
It's like nuts. And I love those two songs in particular because of that. The rest of the songs are like that too, but it's not as like it doesn't pull you much as much as those two.
Hmm.
It's great.
Sounds like it.
Hmm.
Let's see what else we got here. Alchemist.
You can't forget. You can never forget. Never Gonna Give You Up by Rick Ashley. That's three. I
You know,
have that.
I should have that on my Unashamed Nostalgia playlist. I don't know. I feel like it's just permanently in my head
I have that
at this
in
point.
my liked songs to like so I
Hmm.
can rickroll myself whenever I like shuffle the playlist.
Nice.
Always.
Uh, Funny enough, the quest thing that I was talking about, the minimum wage hero thing, um, from that I started listening to Swans, which is very like dark. Um, how would I categorize this? It's like post rock, is I believe what people would use, but also gothic in nature. The way, like a lot of the way that the singer sings his music, he sounds like he's giving like a sermon.
Mm.
So it has this very, I mean, if you're looking for cult vibes, there's a lot of that in Swan's music. But that's like stylistically what I based that whole thing off of.
What's it called again? Swan's Music?
Yeah, the band's just called Swans.
Oh, I see. All right. I
Definitely
also
something that,
go ahead.
oh, it's definitely something that before I was keyed onto it, I would have never sought out myself.
Mm.
But it just fits like the vibe. So I'm like, holy shit, I'm into it.
I also have Marina songs on my playlist. I finally hit that part of my playlist. And I think you know what Marina's about. It's like, problematic girl playlist,
Mm-hmm.
I like problematic female music sometimes.
Look, yeah, no, I mean, sometimes you just gotta be problematic, okay? That's.
I like how the first one I favorited onto my playlist was Bubblegum Bitch. But that's mostly because of one character I have that I'm like, damn, this actually really fits her really well. To the point that that's now her nickname in reference of that song. Then you have more songs of Are You Satisfied? I'm Not a Robot, Girls, Oh No, Home Record, Team Idol, How to Be a Heartbreaker, Prima Donna, and some others.
I've got a whole playlist for I like briefly talked about it, the whole Sunday Night Loser fight thing.
Hmm.
There's a song, it's gotta be on here. There's no way. A lot of these songs make me cry. that was my whole like. I was like, all right, what songs make me feel especially like both like inadequate, you know, what songs just like go for the heart or go for the jugular. There's a song by a group called Deluxe. It's like DE and LUX. It's legitimately called When Your Life Feels Like a Loss. And it's like there's a juxtaposition in that it's a very poppy song. It sounds like the vibe the song gives me is like an empty club. Like, and it's just you in there, you know, and you're just hearing the music like echoing.
That reminds me of some
That's
songs that I've listened to before of like just slowed and reverbed, or like the specific songs. It's like you listening it from when you're like in the bathroom or something. You know, where it's kind of muffled. Like there's
yeah.
actual people that convert some like popular songs into that, and I'm like, thank you. I didn't know I needed this, but thank you.
It's a vibe, yeah. It's a vibe, man. It's there's a song by On, that's like AAN, called "Hurts to Be Alone." That one's, you know, a lot of these songs are very direct, but I think I like that, you know. I have another cultish song, but in a different way. This one's more like funk, kind of psychedelic, kind of, but it's like it has a very like threatening tone. It's called "Faking Jazz Together."
And the artist is together.
Yeah, and the artist is Conan Moccasin. But it has a very yeah, it has a very like supernatural feeling to it. I think even the music video is like a cult doing like a ritual in the woods.
Ooh, I finally hit in my playlist of a game that I actually want to play. Do you know of a game called No Straight Roads? NSR.
I do know of that game. I also haven't played it, but yes, yeah, it's one of those games that like it looks very stylish. I feel like I'd be into it.
Gem. It looks like a fucking hidden gem. I've been listening to the music almost like nonstop. It feels with how much I've just sat down and listened to it. But yeah, no, I absolutely love all the songs from NSR. I'm trying my best not to listen to more to spoil myself further of like what the songs are about. Literally, there's like I think this one song, well, not one song. It's like the 3 different versions or 3 different songs played when one of the main characters is basically fighting against their brother. But since it's not really you fighting back with rock, because the whole like thing of the game is that fact that you're fighting against EDM, like electronic, like techno music and stuff. So you fight back with it with more traditional music, like rock, for example. So that's their whole kind of gimmick from what I'm gathering on the outside. That I'm trying my hardest not to spoil myself further. But in that fight, you can't actually fight him with rock because he's not using EDM. He's just literally rapping. So then it becomes like a story being told of these 2 brothers, like breaking further apart, and then the last song is them actually, consoling each other. and
Mm.
mending their relationship with each other. I'm like, oh, that's so adorable. Oh my gosh. It makes me want to play it even more, but
Aw.
I'm just hesitant, I guess, because I kind of feel like it's like a hidden gem, and I want at least a little bit more of an audience, so I could just show it off. Because I don't feel enough people have been talking about this game.
Yeah, it did. It's kind of weird because like the production quality of it is amazing. Like the designs, the graphics, like everything. It looks good. But yeah, I don't hear a lot of people talking about it.
And that's how I feel about with
Um,
Astral Chain also, because the music for Astral Chain is also really good in my opinion. Because of course it's gonna fucking be good when it's done by Platinum Games, same people that
right.
made Bayonetta and like Devil May Cry. And the music from Bayonetta, amazing. So was like Astral Chain and stuff. It was amazing. Like there is this one like area called like Arc Mall. It's like a where you're fighting in a mall. And when you get into the combat phase of like music, it was so fucking good. It's so hype that I remember just playing that constantly on loop so I could just get my schoolwork done because of how
Hmm.
hype it was. I was just rushing in. I love the music. They even have like literally, I think like the opening when you boot up the game, it's like such an anime like opening song of like being so hopeful about the future and all that. It's literally called Savior, and there's
I'll
not
have to
really
check
any other
that out.
songs like that other than I guess Dark Hero, and dependent on which character you play, because like obviously you pick a gender, and
Hmm.
then if the one that you don't pick basically becomes your twin, and they are the integral part of the story. So when it comes to Dark Hero, because Dark Hero is kind of referencing yourself or in them, I don't remember. It's been a while, but either way, it plays it in a male voice or female voice. So it's like either
Huh.
or. It's never both. But people have actually gone out of their way and make a twin mix of actually meshing the voices together. I just really like it.
Yeah, I mean, shit. I will check that out. I also I have some Kirby 64 songs on here.
Kirby 64.
Yeah, specifically. Uh, so there's a level in Kirby 64. It's Rockstar. And that music is like it's crazy. It's intense, but I love it. Um,
Mm.
it's all over the place, but it has such a like a hype tone to it. Um, and I mean this is also why I need to just play Splatoon, um, because I mean it seems like everything that I liked about Kirby and Jet Set Radio just rolled into one. Uh,
Yeah. Even when you
uh,
think it's like some silly Squid Game, it like goes into more, I guess, prominent issues in society, or at least in their
mm,
society, which is very weird to like actually sit down and think about. I'm looking at this funny, silly Squid Game. Mo's Shop is also another person I listen to.
mm.
You know them, right? Like they're responsible for like Baby Pink, Notice, Love Taste, Wonder Pop. Literally a song that's just WWW.
I do not actually. What were they called again?
Mo Shop?
Mo Shop?
Yeah. They've even done a collaboration piece with Snail's House. If you also listen to Snail's House,
I
you got
have I
you
do
gotta
have
tell
some
me.
Snail's House on here.
Okay, I was about to say I don't think we should be friends anymore. But they've done a collaboration piece called Pastel.
Mm.
Love how we just see like a quick like Windows image whenever
Oh
you
wait,
click down.
was there? Oh, whenever I
Yeah.
click. Brought to you by Windows.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, what else on here? I've got some.
You know Cape Town?
Cape Town?
You don't know about Cape Town?
I don't think so.
Okay, I guess they are kind of like saddish kind of music
I
with
mean,
some hope in
I
it.
like. Uh, Look, I got a whole
They're
playlist dedicated to this stuff.
they're responsible for Devil Town. This is Home. Boys Will Be Bugs. Talk to Me. Fool and some others. But I think This Is Home is the most popular one, especially in like the animation community. Like hold on. Trying to listen to a piece of it so I can remember how it goes. I can't remember a good piece of lyric to where like they'd most likely be easily recognized.
They don't look. I don't recognize them, but I will listen to them.
Yeah, I remember listening to them a lot as like as a kid. You know, you're confused with feelings. You don't know how to deal with them, so you listen to music that you kind of relate to.
Yeah,
And that's kind of Cape Town, at least before of some of the older songs, where feel like a lot of people related at the time.
that was Radiohead for me
Mm.
back in the day.
You in this back of the day bullshit.
Yeah, well, I mean, when I say back in the day, I really just mean in like high school.
Yeah. And so yeah, I have a lot of Family Jewels music. Basically, this guy that just converts like video game music into metal.
Hmm. That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah, I have so much. Holy shit. There's just a spree where I just put it into my playlist once I realize they exist. Because all of these songs I listened from like YouTube, you know? So when I finally
Yeah.
went to like Spotify or something like that, I just started liking things in like mass. So I have the Cave Story theme, Wind Winged Angel, Live and Learn from
Ooh.
Sonic Adventure Battle 2. Don't Forget from Deltarune, Fields of Hopes and Dreams, Rude Buster versus Susie, Edge of Dawn from what's it called? Fire Emblem Three Houses. Marnie's theme, Pierce theme from like Pokemon. Also Coin to Your Witcher.
Hmm.
The Pokemon Sword and Shield gym leader battle. Just so much. Even from stuff from like Friday Night Funkin'. He literally did covers of those songs too. Oh yeah, you can't forget Rip and Tear. Although they didn't do a cover of that. I
Right.
just have Rip and Tear on my playlist.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes that's how you feel, you know?
I mean, I remember when I went out on runs, I used to just listen to Rip and Tear. I'm like, this is really funny.
Oh yeah,
Just to
running.
listen to this.
Let me see. What did I? Oh man, I do have a running playlist on here somewhere.
I also have God Shattering Star. Also from Fire Emblem Three Houses. It's like that's like the most like opera like type song I think I have that I still regularly listen to.
Hmm.
At the same time, the name is just so fucking cool. Like literally, God shattering star. Like that sounds so fucking metal. So I downloaded a
Yeah,
metal. Well,
it's
not downloaded, but I put a metal version of that song on my playlist.
pretty intense. I dig it. Uh,
Oh yeah, it's like literally like the final battle music for I believe if you choose Golden Deer in
mm.
Fire Three Houses. It's amazing. I love it.
Fire Emblem, another Fire Emblem is a series that I again would know. I love turn-based strategy games. I love them, absolutely love them. I love anime. I would love Fire Emblem. Haven't played it.
I would recommend Three Houses because it's the only one I've played.
Let's
And
see. Hey
if you
Flower.
do pick
Although
Golden Deer, pick Golden Deer.
Golden Deer. Oh, that's the. Oh, I don't
That's
know.
the
We'll
meme
see.
house.
We'll see.
The
I'll
house
have
of
to play
memes.
it. I'll have to see. The House of Memes.
Look, with all the
I read that
comparatively
book.
to the rest of the house, comparatively to the other houses, it feels like you're getting a pack of Skittles when you pick when you pick the Golden Deer versus the other two.
Hayflower. Hayflower playlist is just like it's a bunch of folk and like bluegrass. There's one song from Genshin Impact in here. I've never played Genshin Impact, but I'm like, wow, I like this song.
I've played it. It was all right. At least I played the beginning, although I never went back and finished it because I was busy with school. And to be honest, I kind of don't like Genshin Impact, mostly because of how fucking pushy their ads are. Of
oh
how they
yeah,
just kind
no,
of shove them down your throat to the point that they don't even have anything to advertise. They literally just show PNGs of like some of the people that you could play as, and then that's it, and just some music. And I'm
yeah,
like, that's not advertising,
yeah.
you pieces of shit.
Like that's why I haven't played it because yeah,
Exactly.
it's really it's hard to like forget that you can't. It's like I can't disassociate this with like scummy business practices, but I don't
I
know.
mean, that's
I
how I
you
feel
know
like with Among Us when it kind of blew up, although it wasn't scummy business practices. It was because it was everywhere. To be honest,
mm,
I do like playing the game Among Us, but at the
yeah.
same time, that doesn't stop like my hatred for some of the marketing and like advertisements that has been out there, plus the YouTube content farms.
Yeah.
Just kind of stealing it and using it for their own purposes and such.
It's hard when something like pops off like that. It's hard to remove it from like the public conscious, like that context. Like
Hmm.
you can't really approach it the way you would if that stuff didn't exist. You know, so it's
Mm.
kind of tough to because it's not like it's not like it's because it's popular. It's because like the associations that you're kind of forced to have with it, just because it's like
Mm.
in your face. So in a way, it is because it's popular, but not in like an elitist kind of way.
Yeah. Funnily enough, that's how I kind of feel a little bit with Encanto as well.
Mm,
The
I can see
Disney
that.
movie. Because, like,
Yeah.
it also just kind of popped off as well. And, there was toys and everything. And then that's good that people are, making their money back. But it exploded in such a way and people kind of twisting it a lot to the point that I just personally didn't like it. I like the movie, I like the message. Although I just don't like one other thing, which is Disney's adorkable problem,
Oh yeah.
essentially, of like how all the female leads have just changed from like being their own people to just being like, oh, I'm adorkable, I'm so quirky, I'm not like the other girls who are like, pretty and fashionable and try makeup and all this stuff, or like pink. I'm not like them. I'm more relatable, hashtag relatable, and I'm just like, because a lot of them are seeming more and more copy pasted, like, especially with
Yeah.
Wish, and people really got that feeling. Same with Encanto. Like,
Yeah, I mean, they definitely have a template for
yeah, they
sure.
have a cookie a cookie cutter template that the other like Disney characters didn't have before. Like they didn't have that. It kind of was like it started with like Rapunzel, and she was the first of her kind. And it's like, yay, that's great, you know. And then they just started kept doing that.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like, there is an element of that. Uh, when I think about fiction, where I'm like, let let people disagree with your main character. You know, like let people
Mm,
think, because that really makes them more relatable. Because not
yeah.
everybody has, not everybody is this like perfect. Because it's like, yeah, they're adorkable, so they're not like, you know, like a fashion model, but they're still like
Hmm.
perfect in their own like morally, and like, yeah, it just kind of feels empty. Let them
Yeah.
be. Let them be human.
If anything, I feel like with how animation's going, because I'm really into the like the animation community. If you
Mm.
couldn't already tell, even though I barely do animation myself, I like to keep up with like shows and stuff like that. Um, I just wish they gave these like animators like more time with their shows
Yeah.
because they keep axing them and like canceling them left and right. That's what happened with the show Inside Job.
Mm.
If you know what that show is about. And
Yeah.
people are also
Yeah.
memeing on it, the fact that, oh, season 3 isn't coming because the Illuminati got to them. Because that was kind of the point of the show, of making fun of things like that, the conspiracy theorists as well. It's like, what if they were real, basically?
Mhm.
And they had a good story going on for them too, with the main characters, of how the main character, who was incredibly flawed but was growing, and people love to see it.
Yeah.
But Netflix just axed the show, and now there's no season 3, and people are upset.
Yeah. I mean, that it feels like, well, no, it doesn't just feel like it. Like that is their business strategy, is just to have these shows on, like make a bunch of money from early seasons, but they don't give a shit about longevity. Like they'll just go to the next thing, and then if that doesn't work, then they'll cut it and go to the next thing. If it does work, they'll also cut it and go to the next thing, because it's, you know, they want to keep making those like explosive peaks. Um,
Yeah, that's how I feel like with the Infinity Train too.
hmm,
You know what
yeah.
happened with them?
Uh, Not entirely, no.
So basically, Infinity Train, I believe, if I remember correctly, was made by Owen Dennis, someone who worked on a regular show. If I remember my
Hmm.
research correctly from years ago, I'm not sure if this changed, but essentially, um, yeah, he basically pitched an idea to Cartoon Network. They were like, "Yeah, no," but just for like a quick experiment test, let's just upload this onto our YouTube, see how it does. And it
Right.
popped off. Even I remember watching the pilot before on their YouTube channel, and I'm like, I really like this. This is really cool. Like the idea of like this person going onto like a train and trying to essentially like solve their issues with moral lessons, even though they don't know
Right.
it themselves yet as well. And then they finally went through with it after many years. Finally, like started getting the episodes or like stuff made, and then it goes by books now. And there were supposed to be 8 books because Infinity 8.
Right. Makes sense.
Yeah, I don't remember how many books are out. I believe there's only 4 books out, but they canceled book 5, and now they're never gonna go back. And the fan base was absolutely outraged, but the creator actually did something smart and say, "Hey, if you continue with all this negative nonsense, then they're like more likely not to like approve the show to get like another run. So let's just bring like absolute positivity so that they see that people really genuinely love the show." So that's what fans
Right.
did for like a while. I was just talking about nothing but like positive things, making fan art, etc. Basically begging these big corporations to like, please let us have back our show, and then they never did.
Mm.
It was so sad to see because we never got the like full final conclusions for like these characters at all. Because it wasn't like the same
So
character in each book; it was different characters, like
I've kind of
experiencing life lessons and such. Go ahead.
I've kind of like I should watch Infinity Train, because
Mourn with us.
when I was when I was making Nightmare Witch, one of my comic creator friends is like, you should watch this show. It's kind of like your comic in a way, and I'm like, really?
It
It
kind of
is,
is.
and then yeah. Because like I was explaining to him like, okay, what I plan to do, you know, for like each chapter, it's gonna be about like a different kid and you know, like all this stuff. And he's just like, yeah, well, like, you know, you should check this out, but like in my mind, I'm like, man, should I, or if I check this out, am I gonna just subconsciously like lift from it, you know, because it's so similar? I'm like, oh no.
I mean,
I
it
mean,
still
there's
kind of has its own
probably,
thing for it.
yeah,
Like it's not super duper close. It's just like
yeah,
similar concepts in
yeah.
terms of like
That's
main
that's
core concepts.
that's what I kind of gathered from what I do know of it.
Mm.
So I definitely will check it out. Um, you know what? That's it. It's happening right now, live, Stellar Broadcast exclusive.
It,
I'm gonna make a list of things.
a list of
I know,
things.
I know. Just hold on to your hats, ladies and gentlemen. Uh,
Okay, okay.
of like shows and movies that like I would definitely love. Sometimes you have to remind yourself to do things that you would like, you know, and not focus on like the time that it takes to do them. Because that's my problem with like movies and TV shows. I'm like, I could do this, or I could like work on things, or I could, you know, it's like, well, yeah, but like this also helps in like a different way, you know, it like inspires you to like watch things and read things, and you know, um, so you don't always have to be in like, it's, you know, this like state of anxiety where you're avoiding anything that spends time, but then also just like sitting, because that's what I'll do. I'm like, no, 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 I can't do that. I'm too busy staring into space. But that's why I want to make a list. So I can, you know, it doesn't have to be every day, but at least once a week I want to watch something. All right? That's my
Mm.
modest goal here. All right, anyways, all of that aside, um I I do really like um animation, and it has been like a reoccurring thing. I mean, it's just like the whole corporate situation.
Mm.
Um, you know, that it feels like there's not a lot of room for like newer creators to, you know, show their shit. Um, you know, unless it's like a carbon copy of what's already out there. Uh, and that's not fun. Have some The Bird and the Bee. That's an artist. This is the Nightmare Witch playlist. Yume Nikki, what? I mean, I do. Yume Nikki 2, the like fan-made sequel, has a lot of great music. It's like kind of incredible. Because Yume Nikki has a lot of atmospheric stuff, and it, I mean, as they say, it is a vibe. But I feel like what fans have been doing over the years, it's kind of insane. So I would recommend just like perusing, but there's so many tracks. I have a playlist just consisting of songs that I want to make that like when listening to them, I like started to picture like an animation, and I'm like, I want to make this real one day.
Kind of like that meme of just sitting there and going like, just thinking about art, dreaming about sketching, and then when you actually sit down and do it, you're just looking at it in disgust.
Yes. Yeah. Exactly. Yes. But yeah, hey, that's the moral, all right? You try to, do it for yourself. Make time, even though your brain is like, yo, I wasn't ready for all this. What are you doing? And you're like, brain, just trust me. You're going to love it.
Trust me, bro. Trust me.
Trust me, bro. Yeah. It does get hard to have that it's easy to go into a routine, to kind of fall into one. I definitely get that. Like whenever I have, even if I don't have a job, I have to like be cautiously aware, because if I fall into a routine, then I'm just never gonna feel like I have enough time for anything. Like I'm gonna come home, and then I'm gonna be like way too tired to do anything, and then I'm gonna like fall asleep. And yeah, I so I was kind of talking about this before, but when we in RP, when X7 was like, let's do push-ups right now, and I was like, you know what, screw it, I'm gonna really do push-ups. I'm not gonna just RP it. This is method acting.
I don't think that's method acting if you're actually doing it.
It's I felt so good afterwards, just doing like, I think it was like 10. I did 10 push-ups, and then my foot like crumbled. It like I had the worst fucking cramp because I was standing in place for way too long. But that's despite that, I felt very good afterwards, and I've just been doing that like a psycho, you know. I just, when I'm just at my desk and I'm like, oh, I'm starting to feel like shitty, and I'm starting to feel like, I don't know if I could work on this, but I don't have enough time to make any real progress, and it's just gonna be disappointing, and you know, like all these thoughts. I just get up and do like 10 push-ups, and I feel good. That's what I've been doing recently. But I think that just generally any kind of activity, because at my old job, I was able to kind of just like take as many breaks as I want, because I was able to get like I was able to meet the quota like early. So I would just be like, all right, then if I can just do this easily, I'm just gonna take breaks whenever I feel like it. And what I would do on those breaks is just like walk around the facility. And yeah, I found that like doing that kept me engaged. It weirdly enough made me work more. So, you know.
I wish I could have done that in my old job. Because
I
for us,
feel
there
like
was never a quota, so it's just get all work done as much as you can.
sucks. I feel like that
That'll
should
be like in
be,
accounting.
yeah. Like I learned a lot from that previous job. I learned that like I need that, like personally. I need to be able to like get up and like move my body to stay engaged with something. I can't just sit there and like, you know, I mean, like,
Yeah.
it depends on the day and it depends on the thing, obviously. But consistently, like, if I can get up and move my body, then I can stay engaged in something that is hard to engage with. And some good music, you know. That'll bring it back on topic.
Yeah.
You know.
I think we severely went out of it ever since you're like, I need to make a list.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. You know, I mean, I think it does tie into the creative process, just generally. So, you know, it is what it is. That's where I am on the chart.
It is what it is. Hold on, I wonder if I have it still. Hold on. There it is. The mood meter.
I need to put that, you know, I'll get a streaming room like for my model, and then I'll put that on the wall.
Yep.
Point to where you are right now.
Crap, I need to
Oh wait,
point
I
it
could
quick.
actually do that. Hold on.
Oh. Wait. I need to do that. And now you can technically point, because it's kind of behind you.
Oh. Alright. Where is it? I need to remember every... Okay, there it is. Okay.
You may need to move yourself to the side a bit.
Oh yeah. Let's just... Okay, there we go. Alright. Fuck it, we ball. I mean, I've been there a lot. All right. This is a great place to be in, because, you know, you're not feeling great, but you're high energy, as you can see on the chart. You know, it kind of improves your mood. If you're in the fuck it we ball state for a prolonged period of time, you're definitely heading towards right here. We are
Let's
so
fucking
back.
go.
Wait, let's
We're so
let's
fucking
fucking go.
back.
There we go. There we go. Yeah.
But then it slowly progresses to let's fucking go.
Yeah. Yeah, Fuck It We Ball is a great place to be in. It's like if you've ever played Darkest Dungeon. I use this example all the time. It's the best way to describe it, though. You know, like Darkest Dungeon. Have you ever played Darkest Dungeon?
I've heard of it.
So, like, Darkest Dungeon, you know, your people get, like, more insane the more you play the game. You know, very Lovecraftian, very, you know, all that shit. But when they reach their breaking point, they either become it's so over, or they become fuck it we ball. And it's like, it's great because if they're like fuck it we ball, it's like the best feeling in the you're like, all right, look, you had this like terrible thing happen to you, but you kind of reached this spark of inspiration, and you're like, you know what? No, these monsters are gonna die tonight. So yeah, I feel like that's kind of what it mimics the feeling. Like when I think about moments, when I think about things that I've struggled with, I definitely have that vibe. And then, you know, a lot of time you just kind of at like, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
All right, I'm gonna stop pointing now.
All right, I took a screenshot of you pointing at fuck it we ball.
Oh, awesome. Perfect.
Mostly so I could send that to my friend, because my friend was the person that introduced me to the mood meter.
This screenshot has a very like chaotic energy. I like it. I'm into it. Okay, so yeah, I mean that pretty much does like cover. I mean, there's a lot more, but like generally, I feel like I hit Slint. Slint is another band that I listen to that I have for this like very punk, very like
Oh my gosh,
gritty.
I
What's up?
just remembered my Riot Girl phase.
Yeah,
In terms of music, like myself, I
yeah.
don't think I have the guts to do anything of what these wonderful people do. Actually, I have posters about it in my room. Mostly the people who are kind of like the poster gals of the whole thing. Bikini Kill.
Mm.
Write a bunch of songs. Like the whole point of like Riot Girls, at least for back then, for punk rock, you know, because punk rock is about like just kind of screaming your feelings into the mic.
Yeah.
A Riot Girl was basically the female version equivalent of that. Of just kind of girls saying the fact that we could do, you know, all these stuff that guys are doing too, but we're doing it our way. You know, girl revolution now type thing.
Yeah.
So much so that I have a playlist of people that I've listened to, and I'm not gonna lie, a part of me kind of wants to like do song covers of them,
Mm.
but at the same time, I don't know whether I should, because I feel like some of the things that they've screamed about, maybe not accepted in the VTubing scene specifically. So I'm like, I'm not gonna cause any problems for me at the start. Maybe later, but
Mm.
Let me
I
look up
mean,
the
it's good.
Riot Girl playlist I have.
Like that music, like punk and all that. Like it's really, it feels freeing. Like listening to
It
just this
does.
kind of expression of angst. Um, because we've all felt like that at some point.
Hmm.
And I think it's like there is. So I have a playlist with music that makes me feel sad, but it's not because I want to feel sad. It's like music, I feel like it kind of helps you, like it makes you feel seen in a way.
It's comforting to know that you're not alone in the
Yeah.
feelings that you're currently feeling. If
Yeah.
anything, that's how I low-key feel about Riot Girl music to an extent. Because I remember when I like, because it's kind of recent when I started listening to it, but essentially just kind of screaming in like the car, not like actual like screaming like I'm shrieking or anything, but like screaming along with the lyrics and stuff.
Yeah.
Here's a playlist that I listened to that introduced me to the music. It's called the Riot Girl mixtape.
Yo. I'm gonna check it, definitely.
I think one of the songs that I especially love because it's so chaotic. It makes like almost no sense, at least as much as I've interpreted it, because I interpret it as nonsensical. If there's actual meaning to the lyrics, I wish I knew. I wish someone would share with me that information because I would love to know. But it's called Rat Queen from a band called Kitten Forever. And I looked
Rat
into
Queen.
it kind of recently. I think Kitten Forever actually broke up as a band. I'm like, no,
Oh.
I wasn't there. Some of the bands on the playlist, though, like, are still kind of kicking around doing stuff, but most of them have broken up. I'm like, no.
Yeah.
Also, some of these names are just amazing. Like the Batshit Crazy. That's a band name. Catisfaction.
Great name.
Cowboy Social. Destroy Boy. Dog
Mm.
Party. Dream Nails. Gutterful. Jigsaw Youth. Kin Forever, and the Sewer Cats. The names are also amazing too. Like literally one of them is called On Jenny's Got My Back. Or oh,
mm, mm.
Or I threw glass at my friend's eyes and now I'm on probation.
Damn. I mean, hey, that's like how like manga titles are like.
That is true. I threw glass at my friend's eyes and now I'm on probation. And
I was reincarnated into the shard of glass that flew into my friend's eyes,
now
and
I'm on
now.
probation. Another song that I vibed with, which I won't say the name because the name isn't the friendliest to say, but it's by Dream Nails on that playlist. I think it like screams and like I guess female rage, you could say,
Mm.
about certain things that I will not mention. But yeah, I love Riot Girl music, especially another song that's called Rebel Girl, also by Bikini Kill, probably one of the most famous songs ever. To the point that like it's basically this girl yelling about this girl in the neighborhood that is like so great and amazing, and everyone's in the comments going like, okay, so this is definitely like a lesbian song. There's no possible way with how this girl is talking about it in a straight way. Like, let me pull up some of the lyrics because I just remember some of it. All right. When she when she walks, the revolution's coming. In her hips, there's revolution. When she talks, I hear the revolution. In her kiss, I taste the revolution. I'm like, okay, how are you gonna say that in a straight way?
Hmm.
Like, it's just funny to me.
Well,
And
they just say platonically afterwards.
platonically, she literally says in the song, "I think I want to be her best friend," and I'm like, sure, sure you do. But everyone in the comments are also the same. Like, yeah, it's the subtext is loud,
Hmm.
which is great because I feel like also for punk rock, especially for like the LGBTQ community, like that was also their chance to basically scream out their feelings and frustrations about things
Yeah.
as well. You know.
Yeah.
The Antichrist is okay. You got my message.
Fitting.
That's the person who showed me the mood meter. The Antichrist is coming. Is their name? Yeah. Do you want me to bring up the mood meter?
All right. Yeah.
There it is.
Get the mood meter. Let's check in.
So,
We check in with the audience.
yep. I think for Riot Girl music, I would definitely say it's in the fuck it we ball category.
This is the scale that we rate music on.
This is what we should have done at start.
Yeah.
We should have done this at start. It's
We would like pick albums and be like, where does this sit on the mood meter?
dude, like Jack Strawberry's work, it's usually like it's so over.
Mm.
And stuff like Cowboy Bebop music for like jazz, it's like it is what it is.
Yeah, yeah. Sometimes it dips into it's so over, and then we're so fucking back. You know, like there are some tracks on there that like that, you know, the saxophones just hit like, you know.
Yeah. But I say Riot Girl music is definitely usually always in the fuck it we ball. I'm currently
Oh no.
at my mom's currently mom be so sad right now. My immune system's listening to battle. Oh.
Oh. Sorry to hear that. Get some tea. Take it easy, please.
Mm.
What?
What?
What? What?
V.
What happened?
That was my friend, V.
Well, either way. Let's fuck it, we ball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me
I hope you
double
feel
check
better and
some.
take it easy, please.
I need to double check something. Man, I'm not gonna lie, this music sounds like it's so over. I just need to go to the corner for a real quick moment, trying to look for things.
Hmm.
Wait. Okay, I need to just move this entirely so I could read what I need to read. There we go. Okay, I think I understand why he did that, because I do have that in my rules of don't share any personal information about yourself or others.
Hmm.
I feel like I need to loosen up on my rules. I feel like I have a little too many rules.
Yeah,
Because, like,
I feel like I totally get why that because you don't want people just like dumping, but like a
Yeah,
message
you have
or
too little of rules. What do you mean?
emote only, emote only.
Emo only. Actually, I have the power. I have the power to do that technically right now. Or just
You can
make
express
me an
everything
emote
you need
only.
to express in emotes.
He clearly made it the emote only.
You don't need words. It's just... No, no.
Oh no! Turn it up. No words, only pictures. Yeah, Right, I could do it right here. What am I doing? Okay, turning it off. Nay.
Hey,
There we go. Don't fight me on this, V. V, don't fight me on this. I can and will take your mod privileges away if you're abusing them. Smile. I was trying to disable. Okay, I see. You're forgiven.
the delay is just gonna make it impossible to just like
I will be a good chat.
turn it
Yeah,
off. It
it's
turns
the
back on.
delay.
Turns back on. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like my punk. Well, I mean, I would listen to some punk rock here and there, but I was talking about him before, but Aesop Rock has a very like it's hip hop, but he has this song called Rings, and I like it especially because so Aesop Rock went to art school, like the artist, and like knows how to draw and how to paint and all that stuff. But the song Rings is about like him kind of losing that over the years.
Mm.
And then also kind of like, you know, depression and all of that stuff. It's a very relatable song. But the way it feels is very punkish. It's hard because it's kind of in between Fuck It We Ball and It's So Over, but it's not It Is What It Is.
Really?
Like it's more Fuck It We Ball than It Is What It Is because of the way that it feels.
Mm.
The instrumentation has a Fuck It We Ball feel, and the lyrics have a It's So Over feel. I
love
think
how
the
he's
mood
just using
meters.
this as a measurement.
I think it's a great way to describe music. You know what? I was complaining about genres. These are the new genres.
The new genres about how the energy is, whether it would be
Yeah.
mom would be sad or fuck it we ball.
Because yeah,
Okay,
real like
I get it now. Okay, I get it. Okay, because I had like I was thinking for a little bit when I checked the Antichrist is coming message. That's what they meant with I'm currently and mom would be so sad right now. Because I
yeah.
was a little confused when I read that, but I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, it's like low energy, unpleasant.
Yeah.
My immune system is losing the battle. I'm assuming they're sick. Yeah. Okay, now I understand. Uh, so I see why V did that now, but I guess V didn't know the context entirely. Oops.
Hmm.
But Yeah,
Uh,
back to music.
yeah. I feel like Swans, which is the kind of gothic, kind of post rock that I was talking about before. Uh,
Mm.
it's like really kind of like dark, but in a way that makes me feel like, yeah, fuck it, we ball.
Yeah. You know what's another type of music that, fuck it, we ball?
Hmm.
I think it's like Aerobeat of
Oh
like
yeah,
a good example is Running in the 90s.
yeah.
The most popular song are like around back then from Initial D.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That song. That
I have
song.
that on my playlist. That is definitely in the fuck it we ball. Well,
Mm-hmm.
no, it's not
Mm-hmm.
fuck it we ball. It's let's fucking
We're
go.
so yeah. Let's fucking go. Yeah.
It's more in the let's fucking go category, and we're still fucking back. Oh, you can't forget Toby Fox music that I have in my playlist.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah. Toby
amazing.
Fox has got some some bangers. Definitely.
Hmm. I also have Adventure Time music in here.
Mm.
And I think more of Adventure Time music is just kind of in the category of it is what it is.
Yeah.
More on the pleasant side than unpleasant. It's great. I love it.
I have some tracks from um the Go team. Oh, Persona 3 OST. Yeah.
Yes, it's def. We're so
Yes.
fucking back.
Ah man, I wanna. I never finished. I played back on the PS2. I played Persona 3 Fez, like a good deal of it, but I never finished it. But that music, that's the burn my dread. Yeah, was
He tried.
that was the battle music, right? Or was that 4? Was Burn My
To be
Dread,
honest,
was that
I,
3?
I've never listened to Persona music that much or just played Persona. I want to though, especially with
It's
Reload. I think that would be a great streaming opportunity.
yeah.
Yeah. I like listening to Persona 5 and 3 music. I haven't listened, not 3, sorry, 5 and 4, not 3. 3 not so much,
Yeah,
but 4 and 5 I have a lot, especially 5. Never played it, but
4.
wanted to get into it.
Yeah. They are very stylish games. Um, yeah, 4 is great. 5 is great. I played more of 5 than I've played of 3.
Why is my friend playing Turnip Boy commits tax evasion?
You gotta learn somehow.
I want to consume the
Yeah,
art style.
no,
It's so good. I feel that.
it's the direction is just so like the everything about it. You know, the interfaces, like it's all so good. Um, it's very stylistically consistent, and I think it's one of those games where everything just kind of works together. You know, every aspect of it is like feeding into the next. Yeah, yeah. English VAs are good. you get those projects, here and there. That's how I feel about Cowboy Bebop. I feel like everything just kind of fits. It like works together in a way that like makes it kind of it elevates it.
I don't know what else to do than just nod, even though I can't nod
Yeah.
that
Yeah,
well.
no, I mean it's yeah, it's great. They're great games. They are an investment.
Mm-hmm.
They definitely are. But it's an experience. It's good stuff. I like the day-to-day system thing. It's good. Um Weirdly enough, I don't have any Persona music on here.
I think my favorite Persona song is Groovy. That's it.
It's
Just
called
Groovy.
Groovy.
Yeah.
Groovy. Which one was that? Let me see.
I think it's 5. It's been a while since I listened to it though.
I like Persona 3 has that one song when you're in the dorms where the guy starts like rapping.
I saw a vid on Anime OCT. I was surprised that Cowboy Bebop was the only one that had jazz intro.
Wow. That is Wait, what? There's no other anime? That's insane.
No, it's more over like rock or pop
Yeah.
mostly.
Anime needs more jazz
Like straight up jazz
representation.
instrumental. Yeah. I think that's what helps to make it much more iconic in that way because
Yeah.
it's not like everything else. Literally from the start of it, it's always like feels different.
Oh yeah, I know this song. I had to listen to a little bit of Groovy.
Another like music stuff that I like listening to from a game called Skullgirls. Do you know Skullgirls?
I know, yeah. I know Skullgirls.
Yeah, a lot of the music that they have there is really good. Like Moments Time, The Fishman's Dance,
Mm.
Moonlight Melee, The Lives We Leave Behind, stuff like that.
Yeah.
No, I hit the musicals in my playlist.
I mean, hey, musicals are good. Fuck it, we ball.
I mean, yeah, fucking ball. But it's the musicals I have here are Heather's and Hamilton, as well as the remixes that they actually did with Hamilton, funnily enough. Oh yeah, Phoenix Wright also.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I do have that jazz album and the orchestral album. I don't know, they probably made plenty now, or they probably made multiple at this point.
Mm.
Oh yeah, that's right. I was gonna bring that up before when you were talking about detective media. Phoenix Wright kind of is detective media.
Yeah, but I haven't played Detective or Phoenix Wright in a while. I have Power
Hmm.
Rangers theme song saved in my Spotify.
That's definitely We're So Fucking Back.
Yeah.
Go, go, Power Rangers!
Oh yeah, Meta Room is also another artist that I love listening to. Like Time Force and Mystic Force just go hard, so hard for no reason. But Meta Room is another good musician or like artist.
Hmm.
It kind of makes like kind of dubstep, like ethereal, like music, psychedelic, almost as if. I think psychedelic would be a correct word to use for their stuff because it really just like itches your brain and also breaks it a little. It's great. I love it personally.
I'll check them. I will check them. They're going on the music list. I'm just
Yeah.
lists. I got lists on lists.
To be honest, just any of the
Alf.
music that you can listen to from the and like animations.
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically in their animations they use music from like Ovler Buckland and Metaroom.
Hmm.
So it's like very psychedelic for both of them.
Okay. Okay. I think Alpha Mist is a very it fluctuates between it's so over and it is what it is.
Mm.
I definitely don't think I've heard an Alpha Mist song that was "We're So Fucking Back" or "Fuck It We Ball." Maybe I just am not thinking. Oh, I mean, I definitely haven't listened to his whole discography.
Mm.
There's a lot of songs of his that I have is very melodic kind of piano jazz musician. Um, and a lot of his songs are very like they're intense, but kind of in a it's so over kind of way. But it also there are some that are it is what it is.
Mm. I have some Steven Universe songs, and that's in the it is what it is, but pleasant side, but also low energy typically. Sometimes it's we're so fucking back, and it also goes into the it's so over. But it's mostly it is what it is for all the music in Steven Universe.
Yeah,
Maybe a little bit
that
more
sounds
song
about
that's
right.
so
Yeah.
over. Oh my god, it's the lyrical genius, Samsa. If you know who he is,
Samsa.
yeah, it's literally Samsa.
Okay.
Like I'm not gonna lie, I'm not sure if you would call it rap, but I guess it was like the closest thing to it in terms of how he fills in like lyrical gaps very easily and it just flows off the tongue. Like, oh my god.
Mm.
Like his music is amazing. Although I think he stopped like a while back. So I just discovered leftovers of what he had up. I don't even think I have a favorite. They're all just great.
Okay. I will check them out.
Oh, I have Grace and Glory from Jet Set Radio Future.
Yeah, that's like the operatic one.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. I think it went along with like the cold stuff that going on pain stuff, you know.
That makes sense. Yeah.
You can't forget Mitsuki Nobody. very iconic.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, Girl in Red. Do you know who they are? Like the band Girl in Red.
I don't.
Uh, it's kind of like female love songs essentially.
Okay.
I think one of the popular ones is Bad Idea and We Fell in Love in October. I also have 4 a.m. and
Those
Girls on
sound
here.
familiar. I've probably heard them at some point,
Mm.
but I will check them out.
You can't forget the Melanie Martinez for It's So Over. And Mom Would Be Sad. That's like where it would be in the Mom Would Be Sad category for me.
Mm.
Because you got things like Dollhouse, Sippy Cup, Pity Party, Mad Hatter, Alphabet Boy, and others.
Mhm.
Oh my gosh. Ruby. The
Oh
animated
yeah,
series. A
yeah.
lot of the music that they have, especially stuff done by Jeff Williams and Casey Lee Williams, because they're a duo, and the fact that it's basically a father and daughter making music and singing.
Mm.
Casey has been singing since like 15, I believe, and she
Wow.
sings amazingly. Like holy fucking shit. It's all the way and let's fucking go. We're so fucking back. Fuck it, we ball. Like all the way high energy for all of them. Like it's amazing. I love almost all the songs. Like literally one of the songs is called Be Strong and Hit Stuff. At least that's from one of the earlier works.
There's I have okay. I'm at the Mittens playlists. This is Mittens sad playlist.
Mitten sad.
Yeah. Uh top song. I'll gladly place myself below you by Maddie.
Of
Next
course it'd
song,
be called that.
Only in My Dreams by the Marias. Next song, Over the Ocean by Here We Go Magic. And of course I have Faking Jazz Together in here.
Mm.
I Don't Know You, also by the Marias. Tried by Bad Bad Not Good. Have you ever heard them? Bad Bad Not Good?
No, I have not.
They're actually pretty good.
I would think so. Bad, bad, not good.
Yeah. And the Marias.
Oh, it's in all caps too.
Yeah.
No spaces. Somebody is. All right. I
Maya
have Ellie,
Sakamoto.
the people that did Wild Side, from Beastars.
Mm.
That technically that is a jazz opening. Wait, because Beastars does start with a jazz opening, which is like Wild Side. Oh, you showed the Windows screen again.
Yeah, just don't worry about it. They're paying me a lot of money for that.
But yeah, That is technically another anime that starts with jazz. Oh, I hit the Chet Baker part of my stuff. You remember me talking about Chet Baker, right?
I don't. Wait, who is it?
Chet Baker, kind of like someone who wrote songs all the way back then. I
Oh,
talked
is it?
about the song "I Fall in Love with Too Easily."
Yeah. Okay. I remember now.
Yeah. I also see two other songs on my playlist of My Funny Valentine, and I Get Along Without You very well. You could tell he was going through some stuff. It's so over. I don't
Yeah.
think it'd be Mom Would Be Sad. Maybe close to Mom Would Be Sad, but it's mostly It's So Over.
Sometimes you need. It's so over. Sometimes it's essential. Um.
I have music from Madoka Magica.
Mm, yeah, that show's very. It's so over. Uh.
Well, it turns into like we're so fucking back to slowly digressing into it is what it is, it's so over, and then at the end it's Mom Would Be Sad.
Yeah. Yeah.
I found my Snail's House stuff.
Mm. Where did I have Snail's House?
Oh my god. There's this song called The Cyber Grind, and that is the peak fuck it we ball. Of just like it is literally what it sounds like. It is like metal. It sounds very cybery. And it sounds like you're on the grind, so you gotta do what you gotta do. It especially helps that when you're doing schoolwork, you know? So you're just
Yeah.
literally grinding and just doing work. Fuck it, we ball. I love that song.
Ooh.
Oh, and or IFA Surfer is also another good song by the Massa Fermenting Drugs. That's literally their name. I wonder if there's metal pipe sound effects on Spotify.
I bet. I bet.
Oh, I have the Ghost Duet on my playlist.
It is
Wait,
a song. A song by Blanco y Sancho. Metal pipe falling.
Is it just literally a metal pipe falling?
Yeah, just repeating. Oh, they mixed it into a song.
Oh, okay.
They put a beat to it. Okay.
Now that's real music.
That's great.
I wish I could say something, but I don't think it's Twitch friendly. Of like a certain kind of music that I remember hearing about in high school, mostly pertaining to the male private part music. And I'm like, what would that even sound like? What do you mean? And they're like, yeah, this song, this is totally that. And I'm like, what? That's what that
I
sounds
feel like those kinds of memes
like?
they
We're
start
definitely
with a
memeing, but
specific, yeah, they start with a specific song and it's like it's funny because it's like a wacky song. But
Yeah,
then
it's
it
like a
like it kind of loses its meaning. Then people just are calling everything that, and it's like, well, what? Like the
any
Home
Wii
Depot
s-
beat.
any Wii Sport theme enjoyers. I haven't actually
Oh
listened
yeah.
to Wii Sport music.
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Okay, other than that. Other than that. Me, I do enjoy me some like Wii music.
Yeah. There's so many metal pipe songs. Metal pipe type beat. Wii theme trap.
Oh, I found another problematic girl song of I'm gonna show you crazy.
All right, I'm down.
by by Bebe Rex. Huh? I remember listening to that a while ago. Oh yeah, you can't forget "Ain't No Rest for the Wicked"
Oh yeah.
by Cage the Elephant. You
Mhm.
know, the song that they use in Borderlands, and everyone was like,
Yeah.
"Zoo."
Tales from the Borderlands. Did you ever play that?
I remember playing a Borderlands with someone. I don't remember which one. I'm like a
Uh,
fake fan.
I don't really because I haven't played really many of them, but I did play Tales from the Borderlands, which was the Telltale Borderlands game.
Mm.
And it was a pretty fun story. I played a bit of the first one. I didn't really like it, but I don't know, what they wrote for the Telltale one was actually pretty good.
Alright, I have Borderlands Game of the Year edition. I think it's just the first regular Borderlands.
Yeah.
I think it's because I don't remember if someone gave it to me or I did actually buy it. I don't remember because people keep giving me stuff, which I'm grateful. But I'm like, I have so many games I need to play now. But
It's all right from what I remember.
I mean, it was fun. I haven't beat it though. Like I remember playing that on like the Xbox 360.
Yeah.
But you know, time goes on. Stop playing it. We don't have any more. We don't even have an Xbox anymore. But you know, thanks to computers, we now have the PC version.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna head out, broski. Thanks for the stream. Yeah, thank you for
Bye.
coming
I
and
hope you feel better.
inspiring this. Yeah, I hope you feel better. If you need anything, DM me, because I actually know you. But yeah, I actually started playing Borderlands with a friend of mine. But then we just kind of stopped, and now I kind of feel bad.
Yeah.
Maybe I should harass him to like play with me again.
We need to finish this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that.
it
Like this
is fun
Saturday.
with
Oh no, I can't do it
mean,
this Saturday. Oops.
it was made for that reason for co-op, so makes
Yep.
sense that yeah.
You know what's another thing that was made for co-op though? Left 4 Dead.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Left 4 Dead's fun.
Although I still need to get mods for it. I'm still playing the vanilla version.
Yeah, just get mods to replace little zombies with the Mogus.
Oh god,
There you
no.
go.
Well, actually, no, that would be a good opportunity. Thank you for that idea.
No, hey,
But
no problem.
but yeah, I remember playing that with some friends. Played last year. Wow, it's been a year since I played. Holy shit. But I played it with a couple of friends of like the main campaigns. I didn't understand what the heck was going on, but the only reason why I was picked is because I was the only one that didn't really kill people on purpose, as in like teammates.
Oh yeah.
Because apparently, according to him, one of our other mutual friends kept leaving him to die, or like trolling him basically.
Damn.
And it's all in good fun. It's all in good fun. Like
Yeah.
it wasn't like general asshole moment. It's like no, it was
No,
good
yeah.
fun being a troll. So that's why he
Yeah.
brought me along because at least I could keep people. I'm like, oh, thanks. But I've only played it with that friend, and if anyone else that I know has it, I think V has it. And if you do V, you want to play with mods. Maybe we can like grab some more people. If anything, that's one thing I kind of wanted to do. Just grab more people to play stuff.
Mm.
Huh? Oh, thank you for the donation.
Whoa, hey,
Anti
the dono.
Antichrist, the one and only Antichrist. Thank you, thank you. I haven't pulled up my
Ooh.
Ko-fi in a bit. I need to go look at that. Dot 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 dot. Baba Booey. All right, I need to draw Baba Booey now.
All right, there you
I
go.
I hope you saw the drawings that I did for you, Antichrist. If you're still here. But now I gotta draw Baba Booey. I don't even know what a Baba Booey is. Do you know what a Baba Booey is?
What's the actor's name?
What?
Hold on.
Oh, it's a American radio producer. Gary Del Mete?
Yeah, that guy. There you go.
Oh. I guess I must have spelled it wrong when I tried looking it up before. Although I don't know how I misspelled it before. Because before when I looked it up, they literally just told me the fact that, or at least the internet just told me, it's just a thing people say.
Yeah, I mean that is what it is. But it started with that guy. But
They call me
the
Baba
intent.
Booey.
But yeah, since I heard that I'm gonna stream at some point, maybe myself, I'd be down to play stuff too.
Yes, yes. Get in on the fun. It's a funny word, but no one knows what the hell it means exactly.
Yeah, yeah. I mean that's why you say it.
Yeah,
Nobody
I
knows who
remember.
that dude is.
Yeah. I remember in high school, literally one of my friends went up to me and just said Baba Booey out of nowhere. So we all just started saying Baba Booey. But yeah, I mean, you don't need to start streaming to just sit down and play games. Like,
Yeah.
we could do that if you want. If anything, I also need to do that with V more also playing games. I need to open up some time in my schedule to make time for people.
Yeah, I know that feel. I think that just because my schedule's all squished,
Oh,
game
what
time
is
probably will be stream
what,
time.
what does that mean, V? I'm trying to like play more games with you, like spend more times with friends. and also family that I also need to make time for. Like I'm trying to make more time. I feel like it especially sucks if you like know a lot of people,
Yeah.
and you don't have like one specific group because I don't really have a specific group of people that I hang out with. I have multiple groups of people that I like hang out with. I know so many people and I'm like, "Oh, I need to make time for this person, that person, etc."
Yeah.
Time is an illusion, exactly. Especially if I don't sleep. Then time is truly an illusion. I'm kidding, I'm kidding. Sleep is important, unfortunately, as a human body necessity.
Ugh, I hate that. Why can't we just not? You know?
Why
Come on.
can't we just
Can I
not?
like plug myself in like my phone? You know, just like
Yeah, can I get just like a battery charger?
yeah. Just
I like how
implant a
much
lithium ion battery.
I like how much time we spent has dropped 70%. Well, to be fair, um a lot of the time that I spent with you was again different times, you know. And now that new things are coming to way, then things will drop and need more attention to other things. Yeah. That's just with everyone and anyone.
Yeah, I'm gonna be real with you. I have no idea how the hell I'm gonna stream. Like, not technically, just time-wise. Like, I guess I could do, like,
Have a
at
BRB
most,
screen ready.
yeah,
Just have
I
it
could do,
ready.
like, 3-hour streams. Because I only have 4 hours to do what I want in a day.
VR stream.
And I pushed that over for Orlando Soccer because I enjoy it so much.
Yeah, even though we still have to yell at you at the end of the day to go to fuck to bed. Oh.
I'll definitely be doing VR streams. And I do want to play on. I know for a fact on Sundays, I want to play adventure games.
I have too much empty time. Well, I mean, you can use that time to further along some other skills. Further along like writing, drawing, whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
That's what I try to do in my spare time when I'm not streaming or eating food or other necessities. I'm sitting here like reading books of things that interest me and other such. I'm currently mobile gaming while listening to you. Drop the fucking phone. Uninstall the fucking mobile game. Cause that is a
What are you
time
playing?
filler, unfortunately.
It is a time filler. It's yeah. I mean, I think okay. As long as all things in moderation is the
Yeah.
saying, and that's how it goes. I play time filler games as well. Not really mobile games, but mostly like I play this game called 7 Days to Die. It's like a zombie survival game mixed with Minecraft. It's zombie Minecraft basically.
Mm.
I play that as it's a fun game. It's great. We should play it sometime, V. It'd be fucking awesome. Uh, but that game is my time filler game because I can just like there's the way that they design like each house as like a mini dungeon, like each location, it's great. It's addictive. Um so yeah, that game has a great game loop. Um and for the longest time, I mean, I've kind of mellowed out, but for a long like a few years, I would play that game so much. Like, man, like building my base and like upgrading skills and like fucking going out to different because you like build it up and then you get better vehicles so that your like range, your area of travel grows, and you like clean out towns, and like it's fucking, it can get intense if you let it. And now they added permadeath, so I like came back to it to, to die. I started playing again because I could die now. That's a great feature that they added to the game.
Is it co-op?
It is. It is co-op.
Remember when I played with my online friends, and at the time all I did was cut trees. Good times.
You need trees. You need a lot of trees.
That reminds me when I played Minecraft with my dad, and he did the same thing of just cutting trees because I told him to, and I never told him to do anything else. So he's just kind of locked in on that, and he's like, I don't really like. I had the feeling like he still didn't understand why Minecraft was appealing, but I was like, you don't
He
have to. Okay,
displaced hundreds of thousands of birds.
he literally didn't stop, and I felt bad, and I'm like, okay, maybe you could do something else than just cut trees. And I forget also that my dad is a workaholic, so like
Yeah, he's like, job, let's go.
exactly. Several
Yeah.
hours of tree cutting, yeah. I mean, honestly, with I'm taking a look at it right now of 7 Days to Die. It seems kind of fun. There's just one issue with me personally. Um, it's a zombie survival, exactly. I've tried playing
Mm.
Project Zomboid with V, and I could barely like
Okay,
do
so
anything.
I will say this game is a lot more forgiving than Project Zomboid. 7 Days to Die is way more for Project Zomboid is extremely difficult to play. I don't even know how to get good at that game because I die before I could even try. It
Mhm.
just like this is a lot more mellow. It's a lot more, and there are just areas that are like safe zones. Um so it's more arcade like than Zomboid. Zomboid's trying to go like purely for simulation, and that's
Yeah.
kind of cool. But
But it may
yeah,
not
I
really
mean,
be for Story. Oh my god, that's gonna suck so much if Nova picked this game. It's like, hey, Robin, let's play this game instead. And I'm just like, you motherfucker.
yeah,
Because I know that fact that if I can't even deal with it at it, like off screen, I don't know how I'm gonna do with like on screen stuff. You need to tell people to limit things or you'll regret it later.
mm.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie, looking at this game already of 7 Days to Die, it's already like making me nervous.
It's just like too creepy.
A little bit. I don't like distorted faces. You know,
Yeah,
like you're coming to a person when they were a kid, used to like go up to their brother's rooms and just watch them play like horror games all the time. And they usually
yeah.
play like Call of Duty Black Ops. You know, specifically like the zombie modes and all that. So I'm used to like seeing those faces, but that doesn't mean I'm comfortable with those faces still. Even though I know they're not real, they still give me great anxiety.
Gotcha.
Like
Yeah.
how I'm never going to watch Annabelle or Chucky. Oh yeah, V doesn't like dolls.
Mm. Yeah. No, dolls suck, man. I could feel that one.
I say as I look behind me and see a bunch of plushies.
I mean, I got some plush. I have a plushie that's a cat
Old
mixed
ones,
with a
yeah.
cactus. It's called Cactus.
Ooh, cactus.
It's my favorite. And I have a bear holding like a kiwi. And those are my plushies.
I have a cactus turtle. Like its shell is just like little like quote unquote spiny spikes. But they're dull because it's like a toy. It's not a plush. I love them. But yeah, the game that you're talking about, it seems really cool to like watch someone play. But if I'm the one handed the controller, oh no. I don't know why. It just like freaks me out.
Yeah. No, I mean, hey, we all got our things.
Hmm. I mean, I'm willing to try, only for me to chicken out and just watch y'all play. But yeah, I couldn't
But
even play Project Zomboid. Just make sure to
it
tell
is.
the absolutely no one to others when deciding games.
Oh yeah, like setting boundaries. Just be like, oh, I don't want to play horror games, or I don't want to play.
Well, that's the thing, though. I do love horror games. No knows not no one. What? Oh,
Like he's
wait.
saying, like, make
Yeah.
sure to let people know, like, hey, these are things that I don't want to play.
I mean, I do want to play them because I'm not gonna lie, I do love Project Zomboid. I love watching people play it. But the moment I am handed the controller, I'm freaking out. And I feel like that's something I need to get over.
Hmm.
Like, I'm not so
So
terrified
you
to the
you
point
want
that
to
I
you want
turn,
to challenge that fear.
essentially, yeah. I'm not like a deer in the headlights. I'm the type of like fear that is just quiet and moves on. But at the same time,
Yeah.
with how Project Zomboid is, the moment one zombie sees you, you're kind of running for the rest of the game.
Yeah, it's over. Yeah. Yeah, this is not that. Um, well, this one, the zombies in Zomboid, do they all run? I forgot. No,
They
they're
kind of
okay.
walk
No, they're
around.
slow. They're all
Yeah.
slow. Okay. In 7, you can actually set it in the settings. 7 Days to Die has a lot of different settings you can set, but the default, the zombies walk during the day and run at night. But I'm pretty
Hmm.
sure you can set it so that they just always walk.
If you want, we could play Zombie Army Trilogy. What's that?
Is
Uh,
that
Zombie shooter.
Rebellion? Oh yeah, Sniper Elite. Okay. Yeah, I know this.
Zombie Hitler? What?
It's a spin-off of Sniper Elite.
Oh, I
My
see.
dad played this game a lot.
Funny enough, when I played Left 4 Dead, I was actually fine when playing with that because, things are so dark, you can barely see them anyway.
Mm.
Plus, I was there with like two other friends. Well, one other
Yeah.
friend, and then eventually went to two, so I was fine. But in Project Zomboid, when I actually played that with V, I had to find him, but we couldn't find each other, and I got too freaked out to continue. And
Yeah.
like you said, Project Zomboid isn't as forgiving,
So
especially when you're just starting to.
we had to do it as a group, you know. Get a group of people to overcome the zombie menace.
Yeah, it's a fun mindless zombie shooter with objectives. I mean, I think I'd be down for that. It is like a fear that I do want to like overcome
Yeah.
type deal. I remember my anxiety with like zombies was so bad when I was a kid. Like it was nuts. Cool, no quitting. Oh, okay.
Once you're in, you're in.
Okay. Uh but yeah, it was so bad as a kid, even though I know like it there's like little to no chances for it happening, especially if you live in the South. Like we have
Mm.
guns, like they aren't gonna do too
We have
well.
guns.
Exactly, they aren't gonna do too well down here in uh in the South of America.
Mm. Don't I know
But
it?
but that doesn't stop like the fear and anxiety of like one day it just like breaks out like in those horror movies and like irrationally. Like
Yeah,
an
I mean it's
irrational fear of
creepy.
mine.
Like
Yeah.
it's just like it's legitimately creepy. You know, I mean, I
I
think like
actually I
it's
actually have a zombie.
desensitized.
Go
What's
ahead.
up? Oh, I was just gonna say I think it's desensitized. Like people are used to it, but it is like as a concept really freaking creepy.
Yeah. Trying to turn my head to look at something. I don't think it's on my shelf anymore. I think it might be in a basket somewhere, but I actually do have a zombie survival guide.
Oh,
Although it wasn't my anxiety that got it. My brother had already had it because he just thought it was cool.
yeah, it was. It
So
was. I remember it was popular for a bit.
yeah, so I just happened to have that. And it does have like some advice. I didn't read it thoroughly because I wasn't that anxious, you know. But I
Mm,
always just like to have it around because I'm like it's a cool piece of media that someone put together of stuff and information and such. Yeah, it
yeah.
was just cool to have. But I guess I'm somewhat prepped. Somewhat. That and me and my brother would like talk about like scenarios of like what would happen if zombie apocalypse were to happen currently, and what would actually happen of whether like people and companies start calling their employees to like immediately like get to safety or something like that.
Mm,
Like that people would take precautionary measures and such. Like it wouldn't be everyone for themselves type deal. Like it usually always
yeah.
is in movies.
Yeah, in movies, it's like they flip a switch, and it's like, okay, now we're in zombie times.
Yeah, the apocalypse is here.
Everything's gone. Yeah.
Everyone for yourself. Everyone go to the like food market and start grabbing a bunch of food. I think that's still gonna happen because of like fear and people just seeing that in media. So
Yeah.
they're like, okay, this is what I gotta do. But
Well,
when me
COVID
and my
taught
brother,
us it's not the food, it's the toilet paper.
that is true. That is true. But yeah, me and my brother have sat down and talked about it like realistically for some moments, just for also fun because it's like fun just to think about like where we are currently in our lives and is likely to happen,
Hmm.
like etc.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, as like a hypothetical, it is. Because you're like, oh, what would I do? You know, like where would I go? How would I have like food? Because it's like, I'm not a prepper, so I don't have like a bunker. you know?
I mean,
So
we
it's
aren't
interesting
either,
to be
so.
like, yeah, yeah. So it's interesting to be like, okay, well, what would I do? You know,
Hmm.
um, I don't know what I would do. I guess I would just die. Oh well. No, I'd start chopping down trees. All right, I've
I
learned.
start punching them, using the techniques from Minecraft. But no,
Minecraft
no,
has
it's just
prepared me.
Minecraft has prepared me. But no, it was just fun to like theorize and think about for some of the moments. And again, when you think about it truly, if you're like live in America and towards the south parts of America, um, you're fine. You're fine. Like
Yeah.
we have people around with guns. The rednecks will help us and put an end to this nonsense real quick.
Rednecks versus zombies.
Mm-hmm. I feel like that should be a game.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? A game that I can play that's zombie related?
Hmm.
Death Row to Canada. That is a fun game.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I
That is
love
a fun
playing that
game.
game. It's even funnier because I've actually sat down and like made a version of like my because there's character customization stuff. I made a version of like myself. My brother made a version of himself, and it took us like 3 tries to get him to Canada while I got there on first try. And it wasn't because he was bad; it was just like bad positioning or something like that, like bad luck.
Mm.
You can also get dogs. You can get demon dogs and other such random meme characters as well. It's great. I love Death Row to Canada so much. That is a good like co-op zombie survival game I could play easily.
Is that gonna?
Yeah.
Just a little flash, some Mittens lore.
Yeah. Are you doing like the shift tab stuff or alt shift tab?
I'm just like, I was gonna close out of Clip Studio, but I forgot that it was on that monitor, so it just like
Oh.
brought it up to the thing
Mm.
in front of the. Is there a way to put Magic Mirror always in front, like the
Uh,
window?
I think
Because
it's
like if you're
already.
capturing an OBS, it doesn't matter, but
I mean,
because
for
of the
me,
way
it's
that
always
this is,
in front. Like I can't put it behind another like window.
I can.
Oh. Maybe that's a setting I messed with. I don't remember. But yeah, me with zombie games, I would be mom would be sad.
No.
But I want to move to Fuck It We Ball.
Yeah. Well, there's the potential, you know.
There's the
Again, using
potential.
using the darkest dungeon principle, as I've very well cited study. Uh, you can enter the fuck it we ball state from mom would be sad state.
Yep. We just gotta progress from mom would be sad to it's so over to it is what it is, and finally to Fuck It We Ball. The progression.
Yeah. Well, I don't know how much longer I'm gonna be able to strem. Just because I have work in the morn.
Do you think you gotta head out now?
Uh, I want to go. Let's go for 3. Let's go for 3 hours because we're
Alright.
almost there. I mean, we're like, 15 minutes ish.
We're like at least on my screen, it's not 15 minutes. It'll be like 8.
Oh yeah, like 8. But yeah, I mean, I think music is integral to my creative process. I create playlists for literally anything. If I have an idea that's just like the seed of an idea, I will create a playlist for it just to get the mood, like find music that like represents how it makes me feel and then create a playlist for it. And then that playlist I don't listen to I don't actually listen to a lot of music while I draw. What about you?
For me, I listen to music when I draw like all the time. At the same time, like it kind of distracts me a little bit, where I get too
Yeah.
engrossed into the music and don't do that. I actually read from a book called well, I need to turn to my tracking. It's kind of weird. So I think it's called something like the Animator's Survival Guide. It's basically a book
Mm,
about like learning animation and all that. And literally one of the first beginning things that they say is the fact that don't listen to music when you're working. You need to be comfortable with your own thoughts and just work from there
yeah.
because you are very likely to get distracted.
Yeah, that's true.
It is
Um,
true.
yeah, I definitely can't, like, a lot of the playlists that I make for things, for like different ideas and stuff, when I'm actually like working on specific parts of it, I like listening to that music just distracts me. Like I can't actually. But like in between, when it's just like ideas are floating around in my head and I'm just vibing, that's when those
Hmm.
playlists really put in the work.
Yeah. To be honest, for me personally, I feel like I'm very addicted to music. I remember
Oh
there was a
yeah.
point in my life where I literally could not do anything without music, and I would just panic the moment I don't have headphones in my pocket, to listen to music. Say if I were at school or something like that. Or
I
work
still feel
too.
that
Like
way
work,
for
I feel
yeah.
miserable if I don't have music.
It makes the day go by faster.
It does. It really does.
um yeah, for better
I need music
and
to
for
shut up my
worse.
thoughts
Yeah.
about myself. Yeah. That's basically the idea behind it, unfortunately, especially for me when I
Yeah.
was younger as well. Just constantly listening to music so the bad thoughts don't come out.
Hmm.
The bad thoughts can't come out if it's constantly interrupted by good vibes and music. And I'm trying to stop that. I'm trying to wholeheartedly stop that so I could be more comfortable with myself and my own thoughts so I can progress further and not be distracted and behind on stuff. But
Yeah, I
it's a
mean,
struggle for sure.
yeah, it is. It definitely is. I think that you don't forget the reality. Yeah, I mean, music has that power of just kind of, you can just be in a completely different place, like really kind of falling into stuff.
Music
Um,
can reach in different parts of the brain than what words can do.
yeah.
I mean, even from music that I listen to, it really doesn't feel like a genre of music. It just feels like a piece of music that scratches a good part of my brain.
Yep, totally.
Mm.
100%. It's yeah, I mean like uh, I mean, going back to all things in moderation, totally. Um,
Mm.
there are things like when I work, I will allow that because I don't want to be there anyways.
Yeah,
So either
exactly.
I'm just gonna be sitting there staring into space, or I could listen to music and make that a little bit better. Uh,
Yeah.
working out, you know, listening to music while working out. Uh, really, anything that's like purely repetition, you know, music can help with. Because like drawing or like art, animation, like that's not purely repetition. There are repetitious aspects to it, but you're also like presently aware for uh, a lot of the parts of the process. There are some parts of the process that you can just turn on some music and go. But
Yeah. Even though these days my thoughts are overpowering music often.
hmm,
For me, that's not the case. If anything, like the music overpowers my thoughts. Like when I'm thinking often of like stuff for like things that happen to my characters and all that, and like dialogue or other such. Mostly bad
Yeah.
vibes stuff, I'm not gonna lie. Like
Yeah.
characters going through it and it kind of takes place instead of my own bad thoughts.
Yeah. No, definitely. Like I mean that's why you torture your characters. Like
Yeah.
honestly, like that like I when I write stories or characters that are like going through it, I'm like there is a little bit of uh what was it, Schadenfreude? Was that the word?
I,
Uh but yeah, there's like there's a little bit of relief. Like it doesn't stop you from going through it personally, but at least you feel like you're not going through it alone.
mhm.
Your characters are also going through it.
Yeah. Funnily enough, one of my characters, um, I will mention it, it's Robin.
Hmm.
She actually had like not me the character Robin, even though I'm using her as like a face of like for VTubing. But the character Robin of what I've written for her, like she kind of had like a little bit of an alter ego type thing going on, of like constantly saying the bad things that your brain usually says to yourself, like
Yeah.
literally an embodiment of that. I just thought of that for her because I thought it would be like cool. But then one day that follows me home, and I'm like, oh no. And I'm like, oh shit, I accidentally dug myself in a hole, didn't I? Yep, shit. And then those thoughts started plaguing me, and I'm like, no, that's supposed to stay with the character, not me. She definitely did. Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah. I mean, there is a part of that like, because I mean, I think that the process, like RP, just in general, is kind of like you're not making these characters out of nowhere, you know? Like there is a part of you in every character, um, one way or another.
yeah.
Uh, I
Although,
feel like go ahead. Sorry.
sorry, go ahead. I guess I'll
Uh,
continue because this is actually important. Of
yeah.
Robin has actually been a character that's been with me before RP,
Mm,
like long before then. Of like me building up her lore, her character, like the
yeah.
other characters around her, friends, etc. I've just been building on top of her more and more, and then brought her into RP, but just as like a one, just like a gag kind of thing of like, hey, she's like a serious person,
Yeah.
trying to help Peyton, but is really fucking shady about it because she didn't sleep for the past week. And is tired as hell and doesn't feel like dealing with people and just like, hey, I just need to look for this person. Can I please? Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
But then she ended up staying a bit longer than I initially hoped for.
Yeah. I mean,
And
yeah.
there's nothing
I
wrong with that.
no. I think I think yeah. Like all writing, like any character that you make is coming from your experience and the things that you're ruminating on. Like that's what when you make a character, um, you are making them. You're not making them as like it's not like they're a mirror, but you're making them to explore different aspects, to explore different things that you think or have thought or whatever. Um, and yeah, I think that it's one of those things that people don't freely talk about. Because it's like there's a stigma against just like making a character that's literally you, you know?
Mm,
But that's not what this is. I think all characters have parts of you in them, and there are
mm,
different things that you think about, like as an individual, whether or not you're going through different aspects that you kind of bring to a character, and you use that character almost as a proxy to explore those issues.
Mm. I mean, Puck is based on me in some degree.
Yeah.
Hmm. I mean, that's just like Robin. She's like the one that I gravitate to the most. She's a, like not completely based off me. I mean, it's just like off some of the experiences I've had, of course. But like,
Yeah.
actually, I'd argue that Peyton relates more with myself than Robin. Robin is just like not a person I want to be. Oh hell no. Oh no. It's just, I think I made her a bit more of a punching bag, if anything. Viola does relate with me a lot too. Yeah. For me, Peyton kind of relates more with me in some aspects, but I like kind of like a human day-to-day living kind of thing. But which is the point? Like that's the point, because of course I'm not gonna be someone who's like a magic overlord that knows so much bullshit to like take care of almost every situation and problem and go out and investigate people missing and stuff like that. Like of course I'm gonna relate more with Peyton because she is more human.
Right.
She's living a more human life. But
I can't wait for tomorrow. I've got some. I definitely, there are some things I have, not plans, because I mean it's it's gonna be improv. We're gonna improv a conversation, whatever.
yeah,
But
uh,
there's some
Robin the
interesting
character
things.
just appearing out of
Yeah.
nowhere, going like, "Mittens, I need to speak with you." Mittens just going like, "Holy shit!" Thought you were that thing that comes up the stairs, the corner of the eye. You do you know what I mean by that? Like
Yeah.
if
Yeah.
yeah, when you're going up the stairs, it's late at night, and you turn off the light, and then you just kind of run up the stairs because you don't know whether something's chasing or trying to grab
Yeah.
your leg or something. I'm just a magic and fantasy nerd with too much useless knowledge on things. I wouldn't say they're useless.
I think that's like that's a part of it, but I also think that as individuals, there also is a reason that we gravitate towards different things.
Mm.
Yeah, I think that that's definitely I think that's what brings you in, but what you do with it, that's where your personal kind of experience and kind of feelings and whatever kind of start to shape and mold different things here and there. And you yeah, it's
Mm.
it's interesting. For me, I've only had Mittens so far, and there are definitely parts. I just recently gave away some lore of certain character is useless to anyone to know.
Yeah.
There are definitely parts of Mittens that I can relate to, but really, I think a lot of it for Mittens, I just I wanted someone that I could give advice to. Like that, like my whole idea for Mittens' character is like, okay, like this is something that like isn't affecting me personally. Maybe at one point it did, like in like high school. but I'm definitely not in that space. But I would have things to say to someone who was. And I'd be curious to see what other people would say. So like a lot of my inspiration of that is like I'm just kind of curious to see how people play off of him. I think that I made, well, since I knew that I was going to be tired playing Mittens, I play him as a little dense. Because I'm going to be fucking dead tired playing him.
It's just me with Peyton.
Yeah.
Because
But yeah.
Peyton was supposed to be like a clean slate, like fresh canvas, ready for anyone else to just basically paint on her. Like anything someone says, like do this, she's like yeah sure, and then does it. Which is why she like quickly agreed with the whole deal, the contract thingy that she did before. And she still kind of is to some extent. It's just like some of the paint is now actually showing of like the influences from like Puck, X7, Mittens, 8, and a few others that she's interacted with before.
Oh yeah, fucking 8.
I mean, she has
that.
bossed around Peyton before to the point that X7 and Puck immediately just said no, stop it. You don't have to follow what she says. And Peyton's like, oh okay.
Like 8 contacting us.
Mm-hmm.
It was unexpected.
Mm.
I would have played into it more if Mittens wasn't like full disassociation mode.
Yeah, I felt bad because I felt the dissociation from here, man. Because I'm like, damn, I feel that. I actually feel that to my soul out of character. By playing it off as Peyton doesn't understand. Because she's been in some situations like that and she bounced back just fine, as in, if I don't think about it, I don't have trauma.
Yeah.
And
yeah, I mean it's for Mittens, it's less that like it's less that it's something that like has altered his whole trajectory, but like it was like a traumatic experience. So he kind of like he's kind of like in this state of just like processing it for a while. Cause yeah, you know, I mean, like logically, he knows that it's a possibility that something bad would happen. You know, I mean, again, living in Zafira and like he hears stories but he's never been in it.
Reality hit hard.
Yeah, reality hit hard. And honestly, like that was one of the main reasons that he like left the first time. In the lore, outside of lore, outside of character, I just got like a job and stopped going to PL and was like, shit, I don't fucking I gave up. But in character, yeah, because even back then, Mittens was like, ooh, like I don't like this, like I don't like fighting. I don't want to be involved in any of this, like, you know, underground stuff. So like working for 8 was like perfect.
I find it funny. I've just like after like the second time, I think Robin and him meds like, yeah, let's go hang out like some other time together. Yeah, let's do that. Never comes back. Just never came back. And Robin's like, yeah, that's one other person out of my life, I guess.
It kind of worked really well. Like, I didn't plan this, but literally, like, right before I stopped going, 8 like took Mittens aside and showed it. Like, she had this like, I think it was like this like pocket universe thing or something, like it was like a library. I don't even fully remember the lore, but
Oh yeah, I remember
for
that place.
Mittens, for Mittens was like, oh, I can be here and just be safe. Like, this is just like a really safe place to be, and like there's
Mhm.
no problems or anything. I think I'll just do that. But yeah, no, it's unfortunately in the metaverse you're never fully safe. Yeah,
Yeah.
and he found that out firsthand. Because he wouldn't have expected it. Like, there was the vampire thing, and like there are rumblings about dangerous stuff in Orlando Saka, but it's such like a peaceful feeling town.
Mm.
But yeah, X7 was like, you know, I mean, he was doing the X7 thing. He was giving advice, you know, getting to the root of it. But like Mittens is just like not really there, and I felt kind of bad.
Mm.
But it's gonna be cool. I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it right now.
Do it. Say it.
I'm gonna stream next week. Okay, that's when I'm gonna start. All right, I can't stream tomorrow.
Like what
But
time
I'm
next
gonna.
week? What day?
All right, you know what? I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna make a schedule for streaming next week.
Hell yeah. I'm gonna come up to you like on Sunday if you haven't already posted it, going like, Mins, where's that schedule?
I'm
Mins.
gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I need to make like accounts for Mittens. I
Mm.
don't even have any of that. All right, well that's what I'm gonna do with the rest of this week. Get everything ready to go.
Yeah.
I've got a Twitch account for Mittens, but I don't have a Twitter. Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I feel like I need to make a personal world for myself now too. For like streaming, you know? I was just
Yeah, I mean, dual purpose. You know, you could use it beyond chat and streaming.
Oh yeah, because like I think some people actually like grab Unity as a whole and just kind of like use that to like do stuff like I remember Dr. Nova, the new VTuber on the block from V4 Mirai, literally went into Unity and made an entire representation of her brain. Like, okay, chat, where should we go? The left brain or the right brain? Well, guess what, bitch? It is neither. We're going to the mysterious green hole in the center. And it goes through there. And it's like, okay,
Oh,
we're finally here in the main control center for like, like we're here in the brain, with all these big red buttons. Which one should we press? What? The big red button on the wall and not on the table? Okay, sure, yeah, this should be able to fix everything that happened in my body. And then it just cuts to Dr. Nova is dead. It's great. I love it. And she literally said that she made all of it in Unity, and she still isn't done with everything in terms of like the representations in her brain and such. So I think the left part of the brain's not done yet, but the right part should be. I don't remember finishing that stream, but it was really nice and creative to do. And I think some other people use Unity and other stuff as like to show off as well.
man, See, that's why I like. That's why I like Stellar Broadcast, because now I feel pumped. I want to do. I want to utilize the skills
Mm.
and create something that utilize. My dream is to create things that utilize everything that I do. You know, just like have something that I can like pour myself into.
Oh, streaming is
Because
a great avenue for that
yeah,
because you can kind of do whatever, however you want. Whether earning money, that's the questionable part.
yeah. I
But
mean,
you
I
you have an
honestly,
avenue to just put anything you want out there.
it's such a well. The thing with like streaming and earning money, uh, it's it's not like it's a pretty like regardless of your chances, either way, you'd have to be consistent.
Yeah.
So it doesn't really like the only thing that matters is that you do it. Everything else, you know, if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But as long as you do it and you enjoy it, then, keep doing it.
Yeah, I mean, like, I personally enjoy streaming. I remember my first week of streaming, I was so fucking pumped. I'm like, I want to do so many things with this now. But I'm trying to cut less and less time into it so I could like focus on other things so I could
Yeah.
like better my skills for more, better streams. But a recent development has occurred in my life where now I need to actually go back to college. Unfortunately. It's kind of like an agreement that I've made in terms of my living situation. And
Gotcha.
I'm gonna go back to school into the fall. So I basically have the summer to just keep going.
Yeah.
Keep going strong, and then my time's gonna be cut even more in half when I
Oh,
finally get to college. It shouldn't be too bad because it's not a traditional college class. Like I'm like
right.
taking multiple classes at once. It's probably taking one class.
Yeah.
After that permanent high. No, no, it's not gonna be as
No.
most people
No,
do. No,
it's
no.
it's so for that you have to change your expectations, but as long as you can change your expectations, you can keep going with it. Cuz it's
Yeah,
like yeah, if you start to get something that's like taking up more of your time in your life, yeah, you're not going to be able to do like 4 or 5 or 6 hour streams anymore. You're going to have
yeah.
to alter your expectations. But as long as you do that and you schedule it and people know like what's going on, then I think you can keep going with it as long as it's still something that like
If
is
anything,
invigorating
it
for
gives
you.
me like an opportunity to like do a stream idea that I've been thinking about for like a while of just like a chill like study stream of just me sitting here
Yeah.
quietly playing music and people who also need to study they just come in and listen to the music. Although for that I need better music than this copyright or non-copyright music. Like I need to look into the rules of like what I can play and what I can't play because I hear people playing remixes of other people's songs, you know? But at the same time,
Yeah.
I don't know the specifics of that. Oh no, she's becoming a lo-fi streamer. I mean, there's nothing inherently bad with that, but
Yeah.
it's to also help
Well,
with the
I mean, yeah.
consistency.
Yeah, that also was something I was thinking about cuz I'm already squeezed for time, so I'm just like all right, I can just turn like whatever I'm doing into stream content, Like
Mm-hmm.
fuck it.
Like there has been
Um
people out there that have streamed them studying, like not like showing hands or anything like that, but just like sitting there studying, having music going on, like talking with chat a little bit, and then going back.
yeah.
So like, I feel like that would be kind of fun.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely I mean shit, if I could, I would I legitimately was thinking like what if I like because for like a few days I was working from home, and I was like, what if I like streamed and then just like BRB every time I had like a phone call? Just came back, hey guys, I'm back. Uh
That would be funny.
but that would be hilarious. Yeah. I mean, shit, you know. Unfortunately, I don't it's not a work from home position, even though it totally could be.
Hmm.
Like it's not something that I could do a lot. So that's unfortunate. But I don't see why not. Like logically, I've already done it. But you know, I don't make the rules. Unfortunately. But yeah, I believe you'll make it work because I want to make it work.
Yeah.
And if we can if we can make it work, then we'll know it's possible. That's the only way to find out.
Yeah, but I think we should end it here so you can still have some energy for tomorrow.
Yes, yes. As always, it was fun.
Mm-hmm. For
Good
those who
night,
watches the VOD
everybody.
later, especially those on YouTube, please tell me where on the mood meter did the stream lie. Would it be mom would be sad? It's so over. It is what it is. Fuck it, we ball. We're so fucking back. Let's go. You tell me then.
I feel like we covered the whole spectrum.
I think we did. Like I'm getting some it's so over music right now. There we go.
We were all over the mood meter.
Hell yeah, we were. But yeah. Thank you everyone that came in, stopped by. It's time for both of us to head out, and I'm gonna have to actually kick him out because I can't just turn off the TV.
I wish I could like wave.
Well, I think you should have something in
Oh.
like in your stuff. Um, if you go to the home and open window settings, and the not that, uh, and the ABCD like tab for the V Magic Mirror settings.
Yeah.
There should be wave.
Wait. Oh, there is. What is that? Oh! Bye, everybody.
Yeah, bye.
Let me. There we go.
Love your mouse also there. Mouse is supposed to come to say bye.
Yeah. Bye.
Alright, bye everyone. See you all tomorrow for Orlando Soccer. Yeah.
Jazz hands.
Jazz hands.